Hey guys, this is Brendan Mejia from Power Rangers Dino Charge.
This is Jack Guzman. I play Danny Delgado as the Black Ranger on Wild Ford.
Hey, it's Mike Chen. This is the Gold Power Ranger from Power Rangers RPM.
And this is Steve Cardenas, a.k.a. Rocky the Red Power Ranger from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
My name is Peter Sidarso. I play Preston, the Blue Ninja Steel Ranger, and Marvin, the Red Hyperforce Ranger.
Hey guys, this is Tracy Lynn Cruz.
Do you like dancing and do you like Power Rangers? Well, make sure to come to Morphicon 2018 to the Angel Grove High School Prom. I'll see you there.
I'm looking forward to seeing you guys at the Angel Grove High School Prom Party hosted by that hashtag show. Looking forward to seeing you guys there. Come out and have some fun. Peace.
Come join me at the Angel Grove Prom at PMC 2018. I've never been to a prom because in New Zealand we don't have prom. So join me. It's going to be my first. Crown me, prom king. No, I'm kidding. Don't do that.
And I need you guys to make sure you join me at the Angel Grove Senior Prom at Power Morphicon this year.
And I want to see you at the hashtag show's Angel Grove Prom at Power Morphicon.
I want to welcome you to the Power Morphicon Angel Grove High School Prom. I'm looking forward to seeing you all. It's going to be fabulous. Dress up, and we'll see you then.
Yeah, I mean, just, you know, about...
Guys, we're back. Welcome to welcome to hashtag show's Ranger wrap up. This is like an after dark mixture of proper Ranger wrap up. We haven't been here in a long time. I feel like it's been a long time.
Yeah, it's been a while.
It's only been a week.
That week feels like forever, man.
This guy. Why are you such a bully?
Yeah.
Did I have to say it this early on? Realistically, we're back. We weren't here last week. We apologize, but we were at Free Comic Book Day with a few Power Rangers like Ciara, Azim. Can you pump it up a notch to a...
You told me.
I said your personality. pump up your personality is all I said. But the reason why we're doing a later show is because obviously you guys know there's a lot that's happened in the Power Rangers community with the Hasbro deal. We're going to go in-depth on that. We're going to talk about the possibility of what could be happening to the comic. We're also going to be talking about Hyperforce, the finale of Hyperforce. Yeah. And just addressing a lot of issues, either within the community and stuff like that. We're also going to be talking about Morphicon, which we're really excited about, and how everybody can have a good time at Morphicon. But,
be so great.
Guys, how has your week been?
My week has been great.
You're killing this. You're killing the show, Jezzer.
Yeah, that's what you're doing. It's dying slowly.
It's been amazing. I love it. It was a fun week.
You?
Wow. Okay, thanks. My week was good. My week was good. I mean, you know, I went to work and everything like that, but it was really chill. I got time to rest.
And time to rest is not bad. I did too. It's been busy though because I had solo today, yesterday, and the day before that.
So we tell him about our week, and then he's like just kind of trumps us.
No, he was like, "Oh, okay, yeah."
Well, what I was really saying is,
so listen,
get through your thing so I can say what I wanted to say.
Your guys' week kind of sucks. Let me talk about my week.
No,
because it's great.
Like,
I was in the Millennium Falcon.
Yeah,
what'd you do? I went to church.
Yeah, right. He's like, "Tell me about your mediocre week." Okay, you're like, "Yeah." So I went great. Okay, look.
I was in the Millennium Falcon with Chewbacca. Yep. Tell me about your week.
And I met Emilia Clarke yesterday, and I think I fell in love. But amongst all that, I want to know where everybody's at in the chat room. Let me know where you're watching from, where you're streaming from. We appreciate that you guys are spending your Saturday evening or Saturday night, depending on where you are. Hey, maybe even early Saturday morning, depending on where you are in the world. Yeah. Let us know, and let's see which one of you guys has the most viewers from their city or from their state or from their country. Ooh, I want to know. Like I really want to know what's going on there. But so you guys have had a pretty decent, like busy week too. Like you were doing a lot lately, right?
Yeah, I was a freaking godfather for my godson for some church thing.
I don't know what that
means. I felt like I was gonna burn in church, but there were some cute girls at that church.
Some godfather for some kids for some.
Well, he's my godson.
I know the Black Wings from New York, and I'll be in New York Monday and Tuesday.
Oh, so you guys should hang out.
Well, maybe if there's time enough, yeah.
Are we gonna have a Joe pop up? Like,
oh no, I'm out there. I'm out there for a very short amount of time.
Toku Kid said from Silmar.
That's here in California. We met Toku Kid last week, actually.
Yeah, we met Toku Kid.
Super cool guy.
Yeah.
What? Where?
He came here.
Came here. Oh, by the way, we didn't even say we're live from the Comic Bug at Manhattan Beach.
Welcome.
This is going to be our new home now.
Can we talk
Hold
about
on.
the possibility of what we can do here?
Oh, I was just going to say that until you just cut me off.
I'm sorry. All right, I'm just going to go back to
All right, why don't you explain it?
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, you already started.
Explain it. Go ahead. You already started it.
What?
I'm just kidding. I'm going to explain it better. So, what is going to happen? What is going to happen?
Again. Why?
Is we're going to be here live from the Comic Book at Manhattan Beach, and we want you guys to come down and join us live. If you're from Southern California, or if you're in the Southern California area, we're going to be starting our streams here live, and we're going to be taking live fan questions, and we're going to be getting Rangers here as guests. So, if you guys want to come down in Southern California, come on down and join us for all the fun and festivities. There's going to be a lot of giveaways.
Can we have couches, kind of like a talk show?
Yeah, we can. Ooh, we can actually.
There is a dirty couch over there.
It's a nice one. I like it. But we can totally do that, and we can also have live giveaways with a lot of live interaction. So that's going to be happening starting next week. So if you guys want to start coming down, Manhattan Beach, California,
not only
join us.
live on YouTube and live in
person.
Manhattan Beach.
In person.
That's awesome.
You know, if you had ask a good enough question, you'll actually be on camera.
Yeah. Yeah, we have a camera point at them as well.
Yes,
we will, and because we want to have a larger Power Ranger community. Because as you know, when we were doing this show, I don't know, a few months ago, it was all about change and positive change in Power Rangers. And guess what, guys? Now we're finally getting it. We're getting the change that we've wanted to see, but let's hold them accountable. Let's hold Saban and Hasbro accountable for the product that we're going to be getting going forward into the future. But we're going to talk about more on that later. Yeah. But, guys, the Super Chat feature, talk about it.
I'll go from here. Super Chat is a great option where it helps you because you see the chat goes really quick. Right now we have about 30 some odd people inside of the room. All those 30 people are trying to speak. Sometimes it gets hard to read everybody's comment or question, anything may go. So if you use that Super Chat feature, which stands for support, you'll be able to support us and on top of that highlight your comment. So we'll be able to address it.
We also have the TeePublic store, Jezzer.
The TeePublic store. We have a store on TeePublic where you can get all your cool geek merchandise, shirts, hoodies, sweaters, phone cases. I'm gonna get a new phone case right now, probably tomorrow. With that Say by the Bell.
Right now or probably tomorrow?
Right, probably as we're talking.
Oh, so then just tomorrow.
Just tomorrow.
Okay.
You could also get prints. You could have these cool art pieces printed on.
You can get a baby onesie.
Yeah, baby onesie. So you got a baby on the way. Then
whoa! This all jumped so quickly.
You can get a hashtag show onesie. I haven't gone to the prom yet, and now I'm having a baby. This is so.
Well,
but yeah, there's actually I think there's a sale right now. So $20 shirts are down to $14. So you guys got to check it out. It's a great store, and we have at least 4 or 5 designs in there, but we'll have more coming soon.
And last but not least, we have the THS Hashtaggers group. Daniel.
Well, THS Hashtaggers group is a great group where you can meet like-minded geek people to talk about like-minded geek stuff. So that means you like Power Rangers, you like Sentai as a whole, you like Marvel, you like DC,
you like hentai,
you like comics, you like anime, manga, anything within this nerd realm that we discuss on hashtag on our website as well, which is www.thathashtagshow.com. Anything that we discuss or break there, you can actually get that information right there on THS Hashtaggers. And sometimes you'll get it before anyone else does.
And also, for all of you Power Ranger fans, this is obviously a Power Ranger show. We have a Facebook page, not just that hashtag show, but the THS Power Rangers. That is our Power Ranger Facebook page, where you're going to get our latest videos, our latest articles from our website that is specific to Power Rangers.
Yeah.
So you can go there and check all that out. Now let's get into some news.
Right, we got some merchandise news that came out during the week. They're re-releasing. I'm saying re-releasing because they've done it 2 or 3 times. The MMPR first 3 seasons, and the only new thing about these is that there's a Blu-ray of the '95 movie. That's it. Everything else is the same thing as the ones that you got before.
We got our first.
Kid, why do you keep hitting me?
I'm just tapping you. That's not a hit.
You're down to come by again. You definitely should.
Well, live. Again, we're starting next week. We're going to be live at the Comic Bug at Manhattan Beach. So come and join us on Saturdays and Sunday mornings if you want. But we will be here live. Again, if you're in the greater Los Angeles or greater Southern California area, join us live.
Yeah. Yeah, so they also they got this really cool Saban Red Ranger statue. They had a Green Ranger one before.
Wait, so this comes with that whole set?
No. This
Oh,
is two
okay,
different
okay.
things.
I was
yeah.
like, what? Oh,
Yeah, two
I'm buying
different
the
things.
set.
That, I mean, that'd be pretty cool. But
So how much is that bad boy?
this
'Cause
one's
I
like
want that.
$300 or $400.
Well,
And
I
the
don't want
shield
it
is
that
removable,
much.
right? Or no?
Yeah, I think the shield is removable.
Yeah, I don't want it that much.
You don't want it that much?
Well, $300.
Nah, yeah. Well, I mean, it's still pretty cool. I
Yeah,
mean,
I just like I don't know my wallet.
for
agrees.
those Power Rangers that
I want
Power
it.
Ranger fans that really love.
No, but I really do want it. I think forget it. I may just I may just
Yeah.
get it. I may just blow 300 on that because that looks amazing.
It does look really good.
God, dude, like look, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I want it, and I can understand why other people would want it too. I definitely do.
And then as far as the comic book side, there is Boom Studios is releasing a poster book, a Zords poster book, where you can have. It's not just Zords. There's a bunch of different things. They have all the art right there.
So it's a bunch of the covers. I feel
It's
like,
a
right?
bunch of the covers, yeah. So you got the main covers that you got.
The Red Range with $850 online, Jezzer.
Huh?
850 what?
Oh, I remember I was wrong. What was I looking at?
I don't know.
$850?
Not the retail
Okay,
price.
I
no.
can't buy. I'm not.
Well, maybe I got a special deal.
But I could still see why it costs that much.
Yeah.
Really, look at that. Oh God.
But look at this poster book. It has like full-size posters in it, and it's $20. It's going to be coming out on Wednesday, along with Shattered Grid number 27. So that's pretty cool. I mean, some of them are really nice. It's just the first few are the
covers
number 0, yeah, or the 0. So I mean, it's not. I mean, if you like posters, it's pretty cool. I'm not really into posters anymore.
Really?
Yeah.
When did you get out of posters?
When I didn't have any more space on my wall. I like actual I like actual art. Like going to.
You're an adult.
Yeah.
So you like canvas.
Speaking of adults, what do you guys think about Jezzer's new look? The
they
Doctor
can't even
Strange.
see it. That's the thing. They can't even see it.
I think they can see it.
I think you can kind of see that.
It's
Doctor
like a little
Strange
shade,
going on.
man.
Give me a hashtag in the chat. Hashtag yes cookie face. Hashtag no cookie face. Whether or not do we have where are the comments at? Do we have those? You have comments?
We should call it
We should
bearded
probably
cookie
do
face.
that. Josh, can you print out comments from last week?
It should be
or whatever week it was.
bearded cookie face.
Also.
You can get it from the. Tell Dan, he can do it.
Also, next week on Wednesday, 27 is coming out. I feel like these comic books are coming out like every week. Like I don't think there's been a.
No,
gap.
it's only because Free Comic Book Day had an issue.
Yeah.
And then last one was Go-Go.
And then so
And
it goes.
annual, but then
So it's every
annual.
Annual kind of
Yeah,
throws it
so
off
it's-
though, because
Yeah.
it's like annual is it's a culmination of all of them.
Yeah.
So it just happened to come out.
Hashtag
that's
yes
why
cookie
it's-
face. Hashtag dark Jezzer.
See,
Yeah,
I'm
people
telling
like
you,
it.
Dark
People
Jezzer.
like the look.
Dark
Dark
Jezzer.
Jezzer.
I like it, man. It is. You're very Doctor Strange.
Hashtag cookie face looks old.
Oh.
Thomas Franco says, yeah, that was Layla. That was your buddy Layla.
Oh, okay.
Hashtag struggle Jezzer.
Oh no, she's one of the ones that said she didn't like it.
All right.
I think they like
Toku likes
the baby face look. I don't know.
Oh man, kind of move on. I like it.
Yeah.
Step it up.
The script changed on him today. He thought we were going heel, and the script changed. Damn it, I grilled this. Sorry.
You
He's
suck.
like, all
Behind
right,
the
guys,
scenes.
I'm ready for it. I got it already.
Behind the scenes stuff. But that we also have, you said issue 27's coming out?
Issue 27, of course. I have some pictures from it. I don't know if we want to spoil it for them.
Minor spoiler alert.
Yeah.
You're not going to get any story details, but there is artwork, and we'll share some of that right now.
I could delete these panels right here.
Yeah, minor spoiler alert. Just throw them up real quick.
Yeah, okay. It's pretty good. Have you guys read it yet? I liked it.
No.
No, I haven't read it
pretty
yet. I know we have it early, right?
Yeah. It's
Oh, did you? Yeah. Okay. I forgot that we get this stuff early.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's up there. Check it out. You can probably take it down now. We don't want to spoil everybody.
yeah.
I'm excited to read issue 27. Now, I know that we get it early, but I actually like waiting every Wednesday to read it.
actually read
now,
it?
yeah. So
I'm still technically waiting a week or like 2 weeks before.
To
Yeah.
get it.
Yeah,
to
'cause-
read it. So,
But I mean, there are some people that like reading it physically.
I do too. I mean, it really all depends.
Yeah.
Really all
I don't mind.
depends.
I don't mind.
I don't mind.
Is that our bit of news?
Yeah, that's pretty much all the news, and then the free comic book day one that came out.
Did you read the free comic day one?
I did, yeah.
You want to talk about that? Let's go into it because I haven't read it yet.
You haven't read it yet?
I probably shouldn't talk about it then, huh?
No, but I mean, it's been out for a while.
Yeah, I mean,
It's been out for a
Free
week.
Comic Day.
Yeah, a week. Or yeah, since Saturday.
Let's give it. Let's let them vote. Do you guys want us to talk about the free comic book day Power Rangers comic and have Jezzer kind of talk about
Some
it?
people are still on like 26. They still haven't read 26.
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't want to spoil it for anybody if they haven't read it, and I'll hold off on that.
Mom and Ryder said spoil it. Jalen Glover says yes.
Well,
yeah,
I mean,
we'll see. That's just two.
Yes.
We'll stall for a little bit and get more responses
it's
in.
pretty cool. I mean, to me, the Free Comic Book Day Shattered Grid was a little bit more of a kind of like a clip episode. Like how TV shows do clip episodes where they go back. Yeah, a little bit. There's only a.
Well, they want to spoil it. Go ahead.
All right. So, mainly.
Right there?
Yeah, mainly. Yeah. Oh, here it is. You want another one? I got another one. Yeah. Look at that. Why isn't it pushing? Push.
Go ahead. Explain what you're saying.
Look what you're talking about.
Mainly, it's a clip episode, and there it is.
That's the next thing, so be careful.
Yeah. Zordon is. So Zordon kind of talks to the emissaries, or it's like, I guess the morphing grid is kind of like an entity, kind of like how the Speed Force was in Flash. So they're physical representations of the morphing grid that show up as emissaries, and Zordon is asking for help to cut Lord Dracon out of from the morphing grid. And they said, well, I mean, they kind of turned him down. They said that the power, if he was right in choosing his 5 Power Rangers, they'll figure it out. That's pretty much all they said. So, in order for Zordon to do that, turn into like Dr. Manhattan right there, he gave up his chance to be one of the emissaries after his time is done. So that was his sacrifice right there. Wow. So after that, it just goes back and forth between Zordon explaining how his team is worthy and how they're the right ones to be chosen, and then it goes into the clip where we talked about it. I think me, you, and Johnny talked about it last time.
Not me, right?
Yeah, where Lord Dracon kills Rita.
Draken.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
What?
Yeah. Well, we talked.
No, you knew that.
I didn't know that.
It's all over the place. Yeah. He pretty much says that he's going to carry on his her legacy and all that. So I mean, it's pretty good. It's just. I mean, it's free, so I mean, like, yeah.
Hey, so I don't want to spoil anything, so don't be a moron. But I want to talk about something else real quick.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Did I spoil you on Solo? I didn't personally. Josh did, right?
Yes, Josh did. Josh is a fucking asshole. What are you?
I was just curious, right? Because I didn't spoil you. I wanted to make sure I didn't spoil you.
Okay.
It was Josh that did it.
Yeah, Josh.
How did I spoil it if I didn't see the movie?
You
did
spoiled
it.
it.
For some
Josh,
reason, I don't know.
You heard, but yeah, you came out here telling everybody what's going on. Man, did you believe when this happened? I was like, wow. Wow.
We're eventually going to talk about that, and I want you to throw that up. I just sent it to you.
Okay.
All right. So anyway, continue on with this Power Ranger comic talk because this is intriguing to me.
Okay. So do you want to go on to? Oh, we can't talk about 27. But yeah, the Free Comic Book Day. I think it ran out in some places.
Well, if you didn't get a copy, we have more than enough, and Jezzer can send it to you.
We have 4.
No, we have I have a stack.
Where?
In my car.
Where did you get that?
It's in the box that you gave me.
You heard it here. Giveaways.
Yeah. So if you didn't get one, the reason why is because Joe has a big box.
Yeah, I have a. Well, you put the box together though.
Did I?
Yeah. So because remember, I only had that Phantom Ranger helmet in a bag, and you gave me this box and it had all this stuff in it.
Oh. Okay, I guess I took a bunch of.
Okay, so Jezzer stole some.
Yeah, I'm so sorry.
Stuff. But hey, it's okay. Yeah. The reason we got it is so that we can make sure we pass on the savings.
Yeah, and you know what? If you guys really are in the California area, come down next Saturday. So you don't have to mail it.
Yeah. If you're in the California area, come down next Saturday, and we will do free giveaways and stuff like that because I want to start making this a communal thing for all of us to almost have like a Power Ranger club that meets up every week and kind of talks about Power Rangers together, and I think it'd be kind of cool. All right, so let's move on to our next thing. Are you done talking about the comic day?
We could talk about Hasbro now.
Well, no, I don't want to talk about that yet.
Okay.
I rather, and I hope this doesn't mess up your plans. Okay. I'd rather talk about, and I want you to talk about this more so. Hyperforce. Sorry.
Okay.
I was calling Hyperdrive for a second.
So, Hyperdrive.
The finale.
We finally got to know that. Well, one, Fox was just a red herring. And ultimately, you guys were right because they were predicting it a while back. Yeah, Chloe's dad. Chloe's dad is.
He's an alliance leader.
Yeah, Chloe's dad is a dick.
I felt like it could have been someone better.
Right? But the thing is, my one thing I wish they did, if they were going to do this, if they put the breadcrumbs earlier, the moment where they had the crown. Now, I spoke with JD about this, and I'll tell you what he said, which made my theory or my idea stupid. But it would have been cool if that moment where she had the crown, she didn't listen to the voice, and she made her wish, and it was to save her mother and father. And then it would tell her, I'm sorry, but that wish is invalid. And we wouldn't know why.
Get like an error code or something.
Yeah, like it was like, no, it was like, I'm sorry, but I can't grant that wish. And she's like, well, why not? And it won't tell her why she can't. And we continue on where she then listens to the voice and destroys the crown. And then later on this episode, we found out that the mother was dead, but the father never died. And the father
killed the mom.
There you go. And he's the Alliance leader. So it would have been cool if at that time where she's like, I put it together. That's why the wish wouldn't have worked, because mom was dead, but you were alive. I can't bring both of you back.
Was that an ongoing story? Her looking for her parents.
Yep.
I just felt like they could have picked someone else to be the Alliance leader.
Do you like it?
I did enjoy it. I did enjoy it. If it was a whole show, like actually like.
And then this
is one of the best seasons of Power Rangers ever.
The Hyperforce team was saving each member of the Time Force team, right?
Yeah. There was a moment where like they were on 3 different ships.
Well, why didn't they bring the Time Force team back to the on the show? I don't know.
They had Jen. That's it.
Yeah.
I guess everybody else is too hard to get.
I guess it could have been it. It could be timing, scheduling, blah blah.
Maybe.
But I love the interaction as far as what's his name? What's the male dungeon master?
Zach.
That guy? Yeah, him and
Malika,
they worked in tandem so well for this one. They had a lot planned and stuff.
Who was she in this one?
Malika was, oh my god, she was Alpha. She was
also the narrator. She was also the dungeon master. Zach was the character,
and she was also Scorpina. And then Zach was like 3 different characters too. Like and the way they jumped in between what they were, it was so good.
Yeah.
And I promise you, I take back what I said about Malika not being a good dungeon master. Yeah. She came through like a freaking boss, dude.
You think there's a reason for that?
She had everything all good.
Do you think they're trying to like?
I think so.
Rally
like,
for season 2.
Yo, I want you guys to see how good we can be.
Yeah.
And this was like not even the tip of the potential that they do have, because they were flowing with each other so well, and it was great. Like there were moments where she'd say something, and he was playing like an actual player, and he'd be like, so I can hear that, right? You didn't say that I couldn't, so I can hear that, right? And they were like, damn, yeah, you can. Since I can do that, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna roll for blah blah blah. Like he was trying to throw stuff at her, and she was like, oh, unfortunately there's a barrier, so blah 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 blah. Like she had answers if she didn't want him to go this particular way or do this, and then she did it for everyone. It was so good. So good.
How did the 3 guests do? Like, were they kind of? That
was the episode before that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, three guests. I felt that episode
was a waste.
I did. One, it was a waste, and 2, there was just too many people.
I kind of I hate to say this, but I kind of disagree with you.
Oh, well? Okay.
I didn't like the finale.
Really?
Yeah, it seemed.
See, the thing is, okay, go ahead.
It just seemed like it fell flat for me.
Yeah.
And I didn't really see any kind of resolution.
The last 30 minutes were just like...
It was just kind of boring. I mean, I like the show overall. I think it peaked, though, when Vesper turned bad.
Yeah.
And I think at that point, like, there was a lot that could have been done differently.
Okay.
However, it's still... I'm glad that we had a show that was... Because Hyperforce was one of the better things we were getting out of Power Rangers. I just think the finale felt a little flat to me. It almost felt like they were doing their best to cram a lot of things into a show that they kind of cherry-picked from different seasons and then put it in a blender and then gave it to you, and you're like, oh, this is cool for nostalgia factor.
Yeah. Right. Like the Island of Illusion.
Yeah, but for an actual like form of storytelling, it doesn't necessarily work, I feel. Me personally, I feel like. And I do like the interaction they had with the Time Force Rangers.
Yeah.
I liked the reveal about Chloe's dad. I thought that was kind of cool. But I feel like they could have done that reveal earlier and made it more compelling.
I feel, for some reason, I felt like, didn't we already do this reveal? I thought we did.
I felt like we got a lot of false finishes.
Okay.
And then we finally get the reveal at the end, but they didn't give it enough time to really wrap your head around it and to move into another direction. So I think that overall it was a good story. it was just a little bit shy for me from being a great story.
Yeah.
So what they did, they Stephen King'd you. Oh yeah.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't say so much
really good,
Stephen King'd you, but
you dropped the ending.
They Empire Strike Backed you, where they kind of like left you in this zone of like, well, okay, what's gonna happen? Like, like.
Well,
did they do that for a reason? Did they do that so that you?
That's what I'm saying.
Like, well, we need more. We need more. You know?
I think they don't even know. So that's kind of like the thing. It's like, well, what are we supposed to do? Should we just
look? Andy's in the chat. He's one of our writers here now. Thank you, Andy.
Should we give a full complete ending, or should we leave a hanging Chad, like just in case?
Hanging Chad.
Yeah, I don't know. You know, like it's we're undecided slightly.
Yeah.
And it was like, well, I think they didn't know what to do.
Yeah,
and
so
it's unfortunate.
We'll see what happens because we're going to be talking. That Hyperforce is going to be something else we got to bring up about the Saban thing, this Hasbro thing, I should say. But it's just interesting to me. It was like I said, it was good, a good finale. I just don't think it was great. I think that the season peaked when Vesper turned bad. I think that was the biggest key to all this.
What would you guys give it as an overall? Like, what would you rate it as an overall thing that they did with this?
Overall, out of 5, Joe, go.
I'll give it a 3.5.
I'll give it a 4.
I'll go with a 3. Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm right in the middle there at a 3.5.
Yeah, you got it right.
So yeah, I think so we'll see what happens.
I feel like they're gonna come back. I think they're gonna do another season.
I think they need to somehow get on.
You think it's gonna come back? I don't.
You don't think it's gonna come back?
No.
I think those two need to get on the writing team for the freaking Power Ranger show.
Who?
Everyone that put this whole thing together, because it was good.
It's a challenge, though, man.
I enjoyed the story.
Listen,
but maybe they can write a story where they don't have to bring everyone back. That's expensive.
I empathize with the Power Ranger writers, and I'll tell you why. And I know as fans we demand a lot, and I'm the biggest advocate for change and making things better. However, I also understand how difficult it is to adapt something that you don't have full control over in terms of the footage that you're already getting. So I know that people can want to say like, oh, you know what, they could have done this, they could have done that, they could have done that. You're only limited to the footage you have, right?
But the thing is, people are always able to say that after the fact, after they've seen the episode and the footage that was used. You have to realize, like you're saying, there's a bevy of footage, and then they have to pick only so much footage, and then make a cohesive story out of that footage that they took to go and coincide with the stuff that they're actually shooting. So I agree with you. That's one of the hardest things to do. And I don't think there are too many people, being honest, in Hollywood that can actually do that. I don't. And I think there's a talent that goes along with it. But I also feel that with that, they could get those people from, like, fresh new ideas. People that are fans, but want to see it, excel.
So, Joe, you want to write for
That's
them?
what I would like.
That's a really tough question. If they offered me the job to write tomorrow, would I take it? No.
No.
But there's a lot of
under new management.
There's a lot of reasons why I wouldn't take it though. I really like doing what I do, and I feel like yes, like a lot of the things I get to do are really fun, and I get to do a lot of diversifying things. Being at Saban and that sounds like the dream job, right? Being a Power Ranger writer sounds like a dream job. With that being said, though, there's a lot of limitations that come with that job and a lot of red tape that you have to obey. And I don't necessarily know I want to obey that. You guys know me.
Yeah.
I don't really like obeying rules very often.
These ones.
All right, so, but I do think I have a good creative flair. I mean, well, Jezzer and a few, actually everybody here except Daniel, I think, has at least read some of the stuff that we've been working on, and everybody liked it. And I think that the story idea that we're doing, I think you guys are all into it, right?
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
So,
you guys tell me bits and pieces, and I'm like, oh.
Yeah, so it was cool. It was cool. It was a lot of fun. I think, though, that honestly, there's some of these the pitches that we were getting from the fans. I think some of these pitches were better than some of the shows that we have been getting.
Sure.
And you guys already know this. I'm not the biggest fan, though, of a couple words. Force.
Super.
Mega.
And Mega.
Super.
Not necessarily in that order or together.
Or Super. You don't like Super either.
I don't like Super either. Yeah, so I'm not.
But you love Superman.
I love Superman, but I don't
Super,
like it
Ultra, Mega,
when it's incorporated with the word Power Rangers.
That's a Super Mega win.
Yeah, we're like Super Ultra Mega Force Rangers. You're like, oh god, no, I'm done. I'm done.
No,
so that was my thing. But all right, now the thing that we all want. Do we have capability to take live calls tonight?
It'll be coming out of here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would it sound good?
Yeah. Let's see. The thing you want to talk about, what?
The big thing I want to talk about, and I think that everybody, we haven't talked about this, and I think that I've been holding a lot in with this, and I wanted to really let it settle in. We heard the news about a week or 2 weeks ago about Hasbro.
I think we heard about it probably 3 weeks ago.
Well, technically we heard about it.
We broke it the day they talked about it.
Technically, we heard about it as soon as it was announced that Hasbro was taking over the toys.
Yeah.
And actually, if you go back and check out our wrap-up right then, that episode, I said that it was strange that Saban signed a deal with Nickelodeon for 3 seasons because they like doing 2-season arcs. And they didn't do 4, they did 3. And I remember telling a few Rangers, like that same weekend, I said, with this deal, I'm hearing, and I think I know, Saban is going to sell Power Rangers to Hasbro because they want to tie it in to their see, we're at a live play, so you're gonna hear phones ringing, so just bear with it.
Well, he said the word of the day, which was Hasbro. So
yeah, drink.
Yeah, exactly.
But I knew that change was gonna happen. We're gonna talk about the pros and cons, but we're gonna talk about our feelings about it. But we also knew that since that was going to be a big change, that it was going to come with a lot of circumstances.
Yeah.
And we knew that Hasbro wants to put all of their franchises together. That includes G.I. Joe, Mask, Micronauts, and Transformers. And
what's Micronauts?
It was a cartoon, I think, back in the days. These little guys like you that.
They still have them? They still own them?
You should be a Micronaut for Halloween, I think.
They haven't done anything with them.
Huh?
They haven't done anything with them.
Do you want to go down the list of like what properties are going to be affected?
Well, the only property that's going to be affected is Power Rangers.
Yeah, I mean, but aspects of like
Transformers is going to be affected.
No, I mean the stuff that Power Rangers have that's going to be affected.
Well,
like TV shows,
yes.
movies,
Well, let's sort this out in order because the reason I want to take live calls because I want to get your opinions on it this week. And then I really want to dive into this because I think that this is a big thing. This is the second time Power Rangers is switched hands. So let's give everybody a little bit of factual updates. What I'm going to talk about right now are pure facts. Everything else after that, we'll go into opinions, and we'll go into speculation.
Hashtag facts.
But right now, we're going to talk about facts. Facts is Saban bought Power Rangers from Disney when he sold it the first time for a little over $100 million.
Yes.
That's a fact.
Facts.
Saban sold Power Rangers for $544 million to Hasbro. That is a fact. Saban will stay on the franchise as a creative consultant. That is another fact.
So kind of like George Lucas with Star Wars.
Kind of. Because he knows the world so well. Saban made a killing, so don't think for a second that, oh, poor Saban. He made a ton of money on this.
He made a ton of money from the first deal that he did with Disney, and he made a ton of money from this deal. And then if Hasbro figures out that they can't work it out, he'll be like, I'll take it off your hands for half. And then,
Saban.
Exactly. Like, that's the thing. So Saban's always like, oh, I'm creative, and if it starts to fail, I'll take it off your hands.
Well, but he's getting older too, right?
True.
Well, I mean, that is regardless of that. But those are the facts. There's also a little bit more facts here. Fact. Power Rangers Boom Studios comic is signed until issue number 36, making that a 3-year run. They signed a 3-year deal. That contract will be fulfilled. The only way that it won't be fulfilled is that if it gets bought out by Hasbro. But the deal that's in place is the deal they have to commit to. So when we're saying that Power Rangers could be shifting over somewhere else, not until issue 36. This stuff is going to keep going. Shattered Grid will continue until at least issue 36. But I think Shattered Grid's...
Where did you get that information from?
That's a fact.
It's out there?
Yeah. That was one of the first deals when they signed. Now, we'll get into speculation a little bit. But that is all the facts that we absolutely know. Beast Morphers is also going to continue on Nickelodeon. And that 3-year deal on Nickelodeon will stand. That deal's not up. However, if this acquisition all happens and Hasbro wants to move it to Discovery Family, that is a possibility, but not a likelihood.
Are they gonna move where they're filming it?
We'll get into that in a little. We'll get into that. So those are all the facts on the table. Now, with that being said, I want to get your guys' opinion on what you think of this, good or bad. What do you think?
I kind of already jumped into it, and I shouldn't have. But the whole idea that, well, if it doesn't work out, Saban will probably buy it back for a quarter of what he sold it for, just to be like, hey, I hope you take it off your hands. I feel isn't that kind of what happened with Disney?
There's no way that Power Rangers is such a valuable commodity now than it was 10 years ago that I don't see that happening.
So you feel this time it will be like, okay, it's skyrocketing, and Saban's not going to be like, well, I'm just happy being paid and being creative. I'm not happy, like, as a whole company.
If he doesn't,
is that why they're doing films more?
Yeah, Saban's now a film distributor. So if you actually look at what Saban's been doing lately, if there's a Jason Momoa film that came out earlier this year that Saban distributed. There's also an Arnold Schwarzenegger film that came out earlier or late last year.
If you look up Haim Saban and you look up, like, they have a catalog of stuff that they are releasing all the way up to 2020 that they know what they're releasing already, and it's a bunch of films.
Blackwing, that is not facts.
He says big stars.
He says, nah, Disney gave it back to Saban because they bought Marvel. That's actually not true.
No company would give.
The reason why that's not true, just to let you know about that, Disney sold it to Saban for $100 million. But the reason why is because what happened was that Power Rangers was a test market for a boys' audience because Disney at the time were only marketing towards the Disney Princess line. So they wanted a boys. Thank you for another super chat. Looking forward to toy released by Hasbro.
Nice.
We'll get to that in a second too. But the reason why that they wanted a boys line, and this is what they invested in with Power Rangers. And actually, if you go look back at the parks back when, I think it was, what season was it? It wasn't Ninja Storm. It was one of the later seasons, but they had, it was like Overdrive or something, where they had the Rangers show up in the park as you know, doing parades and stuff like that. After that, the show was going to get canceled. Saban offered to buy it back and bought it back for $100 million. And then we have Power Rangers as we know it.
But you said also Disney did it as a testing ground to see how they could work with boys markets because ultimately they knew they were already eyeing
Well,
Marvel.
it was the way that they looked at it was that even if Saban didn't buy it, they were going to keep the franchise because they were going to keep it for the tape library.
Okay. But they were doing it also just because they knew they were
test market for Marvel.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there's that time, it was like 2010, where they released that re-edited MMPR. That's when it was in limbo. Was that when it was in limbo?
Yeah, that was the acquisition. So that what you're talking about when it was like the Mighty Morphin, where it was like the Adam West Batman style thing. So that was the acquisition because that deal hadn't fully been in place. Actually, funny enough, the actual transition, and this is coming from a Power Ranger from the seas, I'm not going to say who, but the actual story behind this is that Wild Force was actually half Saban and half Disney. So there was a lot of tension between the crew because they knew that was the last season that they were going to shoot in California, and that essentially the crew at that point had been doing the show for 10 years, and they knew they were all losing their jobs. And there was a little tension because of that, actually. And they knew going in that this was the transitional year that they were like it was the Saban people teaching the Disney people how to run Power Rangers.
And of course, there's going to be some animosity. Like, I'm teaching you so you can take my job.
Take my job, yeah. And it's
exactly.
Like, think about that. Whoever says, okay, I'm going to go ahead and teach my success.
Now, a lot of people know this, but some people don't, so I'm just going to educate a couple people here real quick. Power Rangers moved to New Zealand to get away from SAG laws. Now, for a lot of you that don't know, Power Rangers started off as a SAG show. What is SAG, you ask? That is the Screen Actors Guild. That is a union show. A union show is pretty much any TV show shot in the United States and in Canada, anywhere in Northern California. However, you can get around those laws by shooting in places like Europe, New Zealand, Australia. So that's what happened. And the rate for actors was a lot cheaper. So if you actually go back and watch Power Rangers during the Disney era, there was a lot of actors from New Zealand, a lot of actors from Canada, a lot of actors from a couple from Australia, but it was mainly that New Zealand crew and New Zealand cast. And to this day, Power Rangers is still a non-SAG show, still shot in New Zealand. So I'm sure a lot of you already knew that.
So the SAG actors actually get royalties.
Yes, for Netflix, yes.
Yes, but not the non-SAG actors.
Correct.
They don't get anything.
Correct.
Which sucks. So that's terrible.
Well, we're going to get into this now too. So let's go down the list of things that could possibly be changing.
Okay.
And I think that we can illuminate some of the audience on the business behind some of this, because a lot of people have their own differing opinions on what could happen. But I'm not saying any of the stuff that we're going to be talking about could happen, but it's the most realistic possibility.
Coming from a production background.
Coming from a production. So a lot of you guys don't know this, and a lot of you guys don't know this, actually. Most of you guys don't know this. I actually was a producer at Marvel and for a lot of television shows and films. Earlier on, like not that long ago, just a couple years ago, and I just left there to start.
I think when I met you, you were still.
I was still doing that stuff, yeah. So I know the business side of this, so I'm gonna try to let you know about what could be changing business wise, and you guys can make your own decision on what you want to think about it. If you guys don't want to talk about this, by the way, I can talk about something completely different, and we can do that too. But we'll start with Bandai because this is the first announcement that was made.
Okay.
So I'm going to start right here at Bandai.
Bandai with toys.
Bandai America Toys. Now, the first thing that happened was that the license for Power Rangers went to Bandai America.
The master license.
The master license. Right. Now, and that's going to take into effect next year.
Yeah, because Bandai can still technically
make the Japanese figures.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
But the master license went to Hasbro, so they have control over whatever Power Ranger toys they want to go doing in the future. So does that mean that regardless of what Bandai sends over or what the stuff that they send over from their stock footage from Super Sentai, Hasbro is going to totally just redo the toy again?
It's a possibility. It's a possibility. So think about this real quick. You know how Power Rangers they have their Bandai figures and SH Figure Arts at a time were doing Sentai figures?
Yes.
Think of it like that. So the deal is they'll probably work in somewhat conjunction, but if Bandai wants to, or I'm sorry, if Hasbro wants to put out something completely different, they will. Because they will change things up because Hasbro is going to, and also Hasbro, for those of you that don't know what Hasbro's been doing lately, within the last 2 years, I believe, is that they've been doing head scans of all their actors. Oh, so when you sign a contract for a movie, let's say Robert Downey Jr. is Tony Stark, he signs a contract to use his likeness as well.
Yeah.
In that likeness, they are licensed to use his face. If you actually, Star Wars Black Series, now Solo's coming out in a couple of weeks on the 25th of May. We're going to get a little plug in there. The 25th of May, Solo's coming out. But one of the figures that's flying hot off the shelves is the Black Series Lando Calrissian figure.
Yeah, man.
If you look at that figure, yeah, we do. If you look at the figure, you can tell that's not a sculpt. That's a 3D head scan.
Yeah.
Wait, which Lando? Is it old Lando or
it's new Lando? Donald Glover Lando.
Yeah.
It's a 3D head scan. What is she doing here?
You want to sit down?
You stopped by to say hi?
My gosh.
You want to go on the show?
You want to come on the show? All right. Elle's here and she doesn't want to come on.
Elle's back here and she doesn't want to come on. She just joined the audience.
You want to come and just say hi then?
She's joining.
Oh, well, TFTI, dude.
TFTI. There we go.
Gryffindor, baby.
You're not a Hufflepuff.
What are you?
Gryffindor. Yeah!
Gryffindor.
What are you?
Gryffindor!
I don't know.
I'm a Slytherin. I'm sure none of you guys are surprised by that.
Nope.
Anyway, so let's get back to this. So what happened is that the toy line now is going to be with Hasbro. 3D prints of the heads is a thing. So likeness of those figures are likely to happen. Right. I think that the figures are going to be more in line with the Marvel Legends figures.
Oh, some more articulation, adjustable, like
helmets. Where are those figures at?
A whole lot of stuff. Oh. That makes sense.
Yeah, if you look at the Marvel Legends figures now, you can put Iron Man's helmet on, or you can take off.
I love those.
You can take off the head, and you can have the regular.
Yeah, you can have the regular head without it. Like they'll have different heads.
You can change it out.
Different hands, different arms.
That's cool. So now we can have civilian Power Rangers without the helmets.
Yeah.
Yes, and
at least like a Ranger in the suit, but without.
So the new Rangers can we should tell them when they get casted, buy all those
not casted.
Cast when they get cast, buy all those figures now because
that's right.
Yeah.
Like,
however,
if you're getting on, make sure you buy your.
But this is the thing. This isn't just fall to the new Rangers. So when Power Rangers, and a lot of people don't know this side of it either, when Power Rangers sign their contracts, when the actual Power Rangers that got cast on the show signed their contracts, they also signed over their likeness. So what they could do, and this would have to be a sculpt. Okay. They can go back and base the figures on the actual actors from previous seasons.
Oh my!
Here we go. This is we're not gonna be able to see this very well, but this is Poe Dameron from Star Wars. That's a 3D
this is the Black
head
Series.
This is all Hasbro figures. See,
ooh, this is the cool thing that could happen.
Build the figures.
This is the cool thing.
Build a Zord.
Yes.
Well, time out, because Hasbro's already doing that though. They're doing the Build a Zords.
Really?
Yeah, that's a part of the Legacy line.
Oh, not Hasbro. You mean Bandai?
Bandai's doing the Legacy.
Yeah.
They're doing the Build.
But they can do it better.
They probably could do it better. But that also could be build a 6 Ranger.
Oh,
so there's different ways that you can go about doing
genius. Like building.
There are people that buy these just so they could build.
Hundreds of people.
What if it's like build a Phantom Ranger for one of them?
I'm already in. The sad part about Bandai losing this license, though, is they made a commitment to make every legacy figure. That commitment is not going to be fulfilled now. So all of you fans that were out there collecting, there's not going to be build a monster would actually be a cool one too. There's not going to be necessarily a whole legacy line that they promised. So, and I don't think there's going to be transitional figures either. So the legacy figures that Power Ranger has will not be necessarily compatible with the Bandai figures. The Hasbro figures. The Hasbro. Whatever, you guys know what I'm saying.
One thing I'm pretty excited about is the articulation on some of the really expensive Transformer toys is amazing.
I'm glad you brought that up.
Amazing.
I wanted to bring that up too. Is that now Hasbro has done a great job at doing these Transformer figures, so you already know that they can do mechs. Now, bringing together mech figures that can connect, like a Megazord, they're going to be top level when it comes to doing this.
And they've done this. It hasn't even just been like cars and stuff. They've done Beast Wars before.
Yeah, that's
and
true.
Beast Wars, those were animals, and they were combining animals as well. I think this is going to be great. I think this is great.
And something a lot of things that people overlook are. Do you guys remember the Legacy helmets that came out?
Yes.
They were too big.
Yes.
Do you remember the Legacy Iron Man helmet? I mean, the Marvel Legends Iron Man helmet?
Perfect.
It was perfect size, and the face paint came off.
Articulation was crazy. The shield.
Or even look at Thanos' gauntlet.
Yeah, the shield, the hammer, all perfect. Like, it's gold. So imagine they're just like their role play stuff under Hasbro. Gonna be perfect.
Yeah, top notch. Top notch.
They might even release suits.
Well, I think what they'll do is they'll probably I don't think so. That would be another licensing thing, because they aren't into that. However, individual weapons like the battle axe or
like an actual like power blaster.
Right.
Holy shit, bro!
That is more of a possibility. You're looking.
You just made Jezzer lose his shit.
I mean, you're looking at a lot more possibilities here, and you're looking at some. Look, if you look at Star Wars, the Star Wars figures, they make like every figure. Yeah. If you look at the Marvel figures, they make like obscure figures.
Yeah.
So it's a good chance that we're gonna get like Power Ranger seasons that you had not expected to get.
A Blue Centurion figure where the lights
so interesting
rotate.
Where we're going to this level now, and Hasbro has gotten to this level. Remember when, like, if you wanted a really great detailed sculpt, you'd have to go for McFarlane.
Yeah.
You know? And now it's like, oh, well, if you want that,
That's
it's not even a
McFarlane,
sculpt.
though.
It's not even a sculpt, it's a scan. And it's like, oh, here you go, Hasbro. The people that you always got used to playing with G.I. Joes, now this is what we make. And you're like, damn. The evolution is like.
You think McFarlane's mad right now?
No, he's still making the Spawn figures. And
yeah.
he does the Stranger Things figures.
He was Stranger Things.
He's nice.
We met him and he just brought a bunch of stuff. He's like, can we keep these? No.
Yeah, right. Did he ever keep that stuff? What happened to
I
it?
think they
took it back.
No, but he probably brought it for you to keep. The handler was like, no.
No, yeah. She's like, we gotta do a lot of other interviews and. There was some cool stuff there, though.
Yeah, there was a lot of stuff. So that is one side of the Hasbro thing that I think that we flushed that out.
So that's toys.
And also, if you guys have questions about this stuff and just want to jump in, please do so, because I want to answer. I'm not a representative for Saban. I'm not a representative for Hasbro. I'm not a representative for Bandai. And I want to make one thing perfectly clear.
I thought I saw an envelope that, like, from Saban that had your name on it.
Shut up. I want to make one thing perfectly clear. And I'm going to be completely transparent with you guys, because I always have been, and I've been pretty honest about things. I do not represent the Power Ranger community. I represent that hashtag show. I have a voice in the Power Ranger community, but don't look at me as a figure in that community.
Right.
I'm just like everybody else. I'm a fan of the community, but you know, I don't want to sit here and say that I'm a. Oh, were you drinking earlier? Oh, I was just curious. But I just wanted to make sure very clear that I wanted to put that out there, because I feel like there's been a lot of people that think that was a thing. Anyway, let's move on to the next thing, because we just went over the Hasbro deal.
So now we covered toys.
That's toys. You want to go over movies?
You want to go over
I can talk about it. The film actually side of this I probably know better than anything else.
Okay. So we're gonna address films and how the Hasbro acquisition can make a big change.
So let me tell you a little bit about how this is how I And again, right, what I'm going to say right now is complete speculation. It's not. It's not.
I wish I had like a speculation.
I know, right? With speculation button where you press it. Speculation.
The thing that I'm going to say right now is not based in fact. I told you earlier what were facts. Right. This is speculation. What I'm talking about right now is speculation.
But
so,
speculation with
educated knowledge of the subject. Yeah. So my understanding and guess is the deal kind of happened this way: that the toy licensing deal. Hasbro probably wanted this for a while now, because if you look at the numbers, and you got to just talk money at this point, because when it comes down to money, it really comes down to how well we gauge success on money. Just like anything, it's dollar signs, right? Mm-hmm. It's unfortunate, but it's true. And that's how we gauge things. So Hasbro's had to see a retrend with Power Rangers and a down drop in some of their other franchises like Transformers and G.I. Joe. All that stuff has been falling, whereas Power Rangers has been rising. Right. So that had to be enticing for Hasbro to do. However, Hasbro's partnered with Paramount. Paramount is the parent company for the studio that does Transformers. They do G.I. Joe. There's actually a Micronauts movie in the works. We just released a big story on the new G.I. Joe movie that's possibly happening.
He-Man? Do they have He-Man?
No, that's a Mattel thing. He-Man's also a Sony Studios property. But the deal probably went a little something like that. And then Paramount was like, well, how do we get the franchise? Because it's under Lionsgate. So how do we get the franchise to us? Okay. Think about what's been going on in a trend right now. Fox just sold off their film studio division, which is pending right now because of the SEC and federal commissions
and Comcast.
The FCC is mainly the one, but Disney put on a bid, and the bid was good. They actually rejected Comcast's first bid, which was more money than Disney. But the reason why they were because
it was cash.
No, this is behind baseball stuff. It's because they wanted Disney stock. So they actually Disney offered less money, but more stock options, because stock for Disney is worth more money.
God, yeah.
Oh.
So, I mean, this is all like boring stuff that people I'm sure don't care about. However, I'm just trying to give you a backstory on some of the knowledge. So,
I think I know where you're going with this.
What happened is that Lionsgate probably realized that, and obviously you guys know this as fans, the second movie wasn't in talks. If you really think about any of it, wasn't even in development, which means that by the time, like, there's movies that are in development right now that won't even be out for another 2 years. So if by that point we wouldn't have gotten a development deal in place now, this movie was probably never going to happen.
Exactly.
So in terms of getting another Power Ranger movie,
it's going to be another reboot.
Maybe not. So realistically, what could happen is that with Hasbro buying the property rights, it could go with those movie contracts as well. But there would be a buyout in place.
Yeah. This is one thing that I've seen them do. Hasbro seen where they kind of like, not retcon, but try to like fix some of their mistakes. Okay. You guys probably don't like these movies, but the Michael Bay Ninja Turtle movies.
Okay.
The first one it came out. A lot of people watched it, but a lot of people were disappointed with it. So the second one, it was a sequel, but it was kind of like a soft reboot where they kind of changed the story. They changed the background. They changed Shredder.
Been trying to get this off for the last 30 minutes.
So they changed a bunch of. I think that's.
Well, they didn't really change Shredder too much. I mean, they still tried to continue with what they had, didn't they?
Well, initially,
it was almost like
initially
Super
what?
Shredder again.
Yeah, initially what they had with Shredder, he was Super Shredder, but the second time around they casted Brian T. Cast Brian T. and gave him made him a person.
Yeah,
before they just have him like some kind of, because initially it was gonna be, what's the actor's name? The guy from
the first one, like the same guy?
From Armageddon, the astronaut.
Bruce Willis.
No.
Michael Clark Duncan.
No, I don't know his name, but the dude that the white dude, the villain in the first Ninja Turtles, he was supposed to be Shredder. Eric Sachs. What is his name?
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, we know who you're talking about.
Huh?
William Fichtner.
Fichtner, yes. So he was supposed to be the Shredder, and people got angry. Right. So then they kind of like pushed like they didn't have time to cast a real actor or anything. Right. So they pushed this just some shadowy figure.
Right.
So with the second one, it was kind of like a soft reboot. So like technically you don't have to watch the first one to get this one. Right. I feel like they might do this for the Lionsgate movie.
Well, you also got to think about how Paramount was. Paramount was actually losing money on a lot of movies. So the only franchise that was actually keeping Paramount afloat, I mean, Transformers made money, but it spent a lot of money as well. But the only franchise that actually was very profitable for them was actually Mission Impossible. No, realistically, it was Mission Impossible. Mission Impossible is
I do like Mission Impossible.
Impossible is actually a very successful.
My favorite film franchise.
Because another movie that didn't do as well and it kind of petered out was Star Trek.
Yes.
It was Paramount Film.
Yes. It disappeared with the last one.
But
I like the last one actually.
All right, well, this isn't a Star Trek show. That's another channel. But what I can talk about is that Power Rangers didn't necessarily make as much money as they'd like.
Yes.
And it was just a property that Lionsgate was holding to keeping it warm for Paramount to take. So now it's looking like more than likely we might get a reboot.
We might could it be a soft reboot?
Well, yeah, it could be like Power Rangers Zeo, for all we know. We don't know.
Okay, all right.
Or you know what? So there's a big part of this that people overlook all the time.
Are those actors are still under contract for that movie or no?
I don't know.
They didn't sign.
They didn't sign. I don't believe they signed a
contract?
multi-deal contract.
Oh, so they're done. They're gone. So they're gonna recast. Especially, they're not gonna be able to get them back now.
Well, then there's also the other option though. That if you really think about it, because Hasbro actually has the money to do this, they can make a completely American Power Ranger season.
Yes, that's what we were talking about.
And I think that they have the ability to do this. Now, I just want to get into a little bit of this.
So we're moving into TVs now.
We're going to move a little bit into TV. I mean, I don't know if I fulfilled the movie question enough, but if you guys want me to go back to it, I will, but I'm going to move on to TV.
All right. Sequel or no sequel?
Do I think it's going to happen?
Sequel or reboot? What is it?
Ooh. If they want to keep the star power of the actors, sequel.
Sequel.
But
change it up.
Larry Newbill, Team Illuminati for life. Here's the reason I would say sequel. I'm not saying that they will do a sequel. I'm saying that I would do a sequel. Because Dacre Montgomery, coming off of Stranger Things, is a bigger actor.
RJ Cyler is like on everything.
Well, and also Dacre Montgomery, there's a lot of rumors going around that if Disney does get Fantastic Four back, he's their top choice for the Human Torch.
Ooh.
So he's going to be an in-demand actor. Then you have
cheaper than Zac Efron. He kind of looks like him.
And he's younger.
He's Zac Efron's clone.
And he's younger. And the second one that's going to be hot after next year, Naomi Scott. She's going to be playing Princess Jasmine.
Princess Jasmine.
There it is. There it is.
And then you have Ludi Lin, who's going to be an Aquaman this summer.
Yeah. Come on. Hello.
Hey, like I said, we're live, and join us live, and somebody else can answer.
Hello, Pizzeria. Would you like some pizza?
You said Aquaman.
Oh yeah, let's play a fun game for every show going forward.
Okay.
The phone goes off. You got to take a drink.
All right.
I've been drinking all this time.
I've already finished. Can I crack open another?
So also, I mean, you got to think too that the cast is doing extremely well.
Really well.
So that's probably a huge possibility.
Who do you think's the least successful out of the 5? I'm not saying not hot right now.
I think that's a really shitty question to ask.
I'm just asking, who do you guys think it is?
Yeah, I mean, hey,
that's like saying, Jezzer, who's the least popular out of the 3 of us?
Who?
You know what I mean?
But we don't know them. It's fine.
Oh, God. I have to point it out. I'm right here.
What?
God, dude.
You're Battlestar Galactica, man.
Yeah, not that popular. I had to make a shirt for myself.
Did you really
It's horrible. I did.
Anyway,
I'll show you.
Anyway, so what I think that I personally would make a sequel, but who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows?
What do you think? Sequel or reboot?
I would love a sequel, but most likely, putting everything aside, talking about real production, dude, it's a reboot.
I'm still sticking with soft reboot.
And also, you may imagine how good the Transformers actually looked on screen.
Awesome.
Like imagine how good a Zord's gonna look.
Like you could actually see the Transform. They put a lot of work into actually seeing where each part goes with the Transformers. With Power Rangers, when they combine, they went into a lava pit. They came out. They were combined. It's like, I don't have enough time to
that's interesting because you point that out, and then funny enough, just talking about something else, Voltron on Netflix.
Every single time.
They start
every single time.
It's like you see where the claw goes and holds on to this.
Every single time. Have you watched it yet?
Oh,
guys, this isn't a Voltron show.
It's so close to it.
What I'm saying is, they didn't start doing that until after the Power Rangers film.
No, they did in the first season.
They didn't do it as much. I'm telling you, they really started to do it after people said the whole thing about Power Rangers. Okay. It was like, wait, I didn't get to see it morph and put together. Then Voltron was like, oh, but you can see it here. Like, they were influenced by what Power Ranger fans were saying, in my opinion.
Voltron's not the conversation.
No,
next we're going to be talking about
DreamWorks. They're DreamWorks.
Hold on. Next we're going to be talking about the possibility of Michael Bay producing a Power Ranger. Ooh. This is a franchise that has been rumored that he's wanted to get his hands on for a while. Funny enough, before Dean Israelite took the reins as the director, Michael Bay was actually in talks to do this movie.
That would have been
A lot of people
insane.
don't know that, but he was under contract to Paramount, so couldn't do it.
Right.
So there you go.
I'm kind of for it. I don't know. I like.
I am too, actually.
I like how the Transformers
It makes sense. Let's move on to TV because this is where it's going to get a little tricky.
Get a little murky.
So currently, right now, the fact is that Nickelodeon owns the next 3 years on their station for Power Rangers. We know that Beast Morphers is already in the works, and the last round of auditions happened in June.
Yeah.
And we know that for a fact. Yeah. Now,
can we talk about?
No, we cannot.
I cannot.
We cannot. But we know that the Power Rangers will be shooting in New Zealand for the next season.
Ooh.
Once the acquisition takes place, though,
back to LA,
can
baby.
move back to LA, and I think
back to Canada because it's cheaper.
No,
I actually think it would.
It might go to Vancouver.
It could go to Vancouver, but I doubt it. I actually think it would move to LA.
And what if they what if they go like the CW route, where it's not like a kid show, but it's like a
It won't happen.
I don't think
it won't happen.
It won't happen.
Dude, they're not going to put Power Rangers on at nighttime now. No way.
It's not going to happen. I mean, there's a lot of things that fans want to see. Those things aren't going to happen.
Exactly.
But I can tell you something that is looking like a real possibility.
Can I get a space like Lost in Space?
A lot of people are like, keep Michael Bay away from it.
A lot of people, one person.
No, there's like 3 or 4 people. Michael Bay isn't that bad. He knows how to make money. That's all that matters. You make money.
So here's another thing, is that with Nickelodeon,
what's the difference right here?
Hold on. With Nickelodeon, it could happen that the Power Rangers could be moving back to Los Angeles. Yeah. Realistically, because they're based in Los Angeles, they already have their own studio, Paramount Studios, which is located on Melrose. It's a possibility it could be moving there. It could stay, and it looks like next season will stay. Beast Morphers will stay because that's already in place.
Yeah.
Wow. So it doesn't look like that's going to change, but it seems like everything else could be in flux.
Nice.
Yes.
We could be seeing kind of like how they shoot Runaways in LA. It could look like that.
It could.
Now my question is, since we are talking about changing it, moving it, doing it in LA TV, what's your concern about Chip Wynn?
That's irrelevant. So
really?
Yeah, let me just talk about the stuff that I actually know about. Hold on. So what I want to talk about, what's looking like a real possibility, is that a Netflix Lord Draken series is looking like a real possibility. And I'll tell you why, though. And this isn't conjuncture. This is just speculation, but it's educated speculation.
I need to make like a banner.
The reason why I think this is actually going to happen is because this has been the resurgence. If you really think about it, a lot of people there was a tweet that I sent out earlier, or that we sent out earlier this week about, and we'll talk about the comics in a second, but the stone cold facts of the situation is Boom Studios had, besides Lumberjanes, which a lot of people don't even know about, was their highest selling comic book, and that wasn't even in the top 200.
What the hell is Lumberjanes?
It was their top selling comic at the time. So until Power Rangers came, Power Rangers is carrying that company right now. Okay. And they're saying, oh, they wouldn't go to IDW. We'll talk about this later, but like, oh, it won't go to IDW because IDW is now in the top 250. Well, guess what? Neither was Boom when Power Rangers had it. I mean, before Power Rangers came along. So, we'll talk about that. But the Lord Draken series is looking more and more like a possibility. Mainly because, think about this for a second. Just want you to think about this.
Bring back those SAG actors.
Nope. Who voices one of the Transformers for Transformers?
Peter Cullen.
Jason David Frank.
Oh, now he does. Yes.
Now he does. Who is Lord Draken?
Which one did he do?
He's
it's a new character.
It's a new character they made. And he has already a tight relationship with Paramount and Hasbro, right. Okay. So the relationship is already there. Mm-hmm. So it's looking, and it seemed like the overwhelming response, the positivity of the Lord Draken short that they did really, really well. And think about this, Kyle Higgins, and he is no secret about this because we talked to Kyle Higgins about a month ago. Mm-hmm. He wants to start moving in scripted things and still do his comic, but he just made a short film, so he wants to get involved into scripted television and scripted movies. Ooh.
Chip better watch out. Cal's on your tail, man.
Think about it. Well, Chip.
That's why I was asking.
So here's Deck Tran says California's too expensive. Actually, that's not true.
Not for Hasbro.
So, actually, well, not even that. California actually has it. The reason why Captain Marvel.
Paramount Network right now.
So the reason why Captain Marvel is shooting in California is because there's a huge tax break here in California. So studios, they want to bring studios back. That's why Captain Marvel is the first Marvel movie to shoot here since Thor, I believe.
Shot in my hometown.
So there you go. So it's not going to be expensive.
Television, I just thought about that with the whole Paramount Network. Do you think they would be the people that would also move everything that they have for Power Rangers to the Paramount Network?
It's possible.
To try to...
Is it cheaper to not adapt the Sentai footage and make their own footage?
No.
No, not at all.
No.
It's cheaper to hold on to Sentai footage, man.
Yeah.
A whole lot cheaper.
It's going to be a lot cheaper to adapt the Sentai footage.
Whatever you don't have to shoot is always shoot.
Yeah.
Yeah. And because that's less crew, less cameras.
Yeah.
That's you're already and I would actually even go as far to say that I would think that Hasbro would actually infuse toy with money to shoot seasons of Sentai, depending on what they want to do.
The Hasbro might go over there.
Well, as influencers, yeah.
Well, more as executive producers, just to give money, so this way things can go.
Yeah. Well, Hasbro / Paramount, but yeah.
So what was so hard about, like, in the later seasons, having someone from Power Rangers and Super Sentai actually work together and make their stories?
Because those are two different companies. That's like, I'll give you an example. If we were working on an event with another company, and they were like, you know what, we're going to replicate your event, but, you know, kind of do what you want to do, and we have to replicate it, just straight up replicate it. Obviously, there's going to be certain limitations on what we can do, and we can't replicate it 100%.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of the same lines. Anyway, the television series looks like it's going to be changing, but it won't be changing until next year, more than likely. However, this is just a guess.
There's a possibility it could change the next season, right?
No, well, my possibility guess is this. Is that
Super Chat.
We got another Super Chat. Want Rangers to come back home to LA. Yes. I do too, actually. But the guess is this. I actually think one out of two things are going to happen.
Right.
The show is going to change its cast every single year, or the Power Rangers that get cast on Beef Morphers are going to last for the next 3 years.
Right, finish their entire arc.
Finish the whole arc.
Will that kind of set precedent for them to continue with Paramount? Will Paramount be like, well, this didn't do too bad, let's continue with always doing arcs?
I don't know.
I just wonder.
I don't know. We'll see. I mean, it's going to be a test for them.
Right.
To see what really works.
Hashtag character development.
But the truth is, realistically, though, do you want to see a drastic change of Power Rangers to the point where it doesn't look like Power Rangers anymore?
No. Because I was thinking about that, too. There you go.
Baby steps. Baby steps in the right direction.
There you go.
So,
because if it's a drastic change, it's no longer Power Rangers, and that's going to be a problem. But can we get to a Power Rangers in space kind of thing, where that was, it took time to get there, but when we got there, it was like, dang, this is good.
Jalen Glover says it doesn't sound right. Keep a cast for 3 years. Well, what did they do with Mighty Morphin? They kept the cast for 3 years.
There you go.
I mean,
the thing that started it all. They did that.
The only reason that they keep changing the cast now is because.
Well, let me pull the curtain back a little bit. No, it's not. That's not the real reason.
Well, I mean, they didn't want to. They didn't want to. Yeah.
They don't want to give birth to a new Tommy.
Yes, let's talk about real reasons. I'm not even sure these fans know this.
Yeah.
The real side of this, and this is coming from some of the Power Rangers. I'm not going to say who, but it's some of them. Saban never wanted to build another Tommy.
Yeah.
So they never wanted to have an actor have that much demand on its franchise. If you actually look at it, like the closest you had ever gotten to another Tommy in the modern day Power Rangers is Yoshi Sudarso, because he was loved by the fans because he was a fan. Yeah. He is a fan. The second you got was Peter Sudarso. The Sudarso brothers were the new flag bearers for Power Rangers, but they're not the first, because if you would have given a guy like Dylan a chance, fans would have went crazy for him to see more of him. And that whole if you look at the whole RPM cast now, they're all like doing something bigger or better. So there was always a chance that you could build new franchises. Now, that's not a bad thing though, but Saban was afraid of it because once you build another Tommy, in his mind, they control the franchise.
Yep.
But Saban proved that wrong, because they replaced Jason, didn't they?
Yeah.
They replaced Adam, didn't they?
Yeah.
They went on and replaced all these people. It's like they were so worried about holding these actors under their thumb that they forgot that fans they care about characters. We actually pay attention to that stuff. Regardless, I know little kids that are watching Power Rangers are in it for the spectacle of it, the colors of it. But if you're watching for a longtime fan, which most of you are, if you're watching as longtime fans, you're watching for story development, you're watching for characters, you're watching to see something that you love evolve. And if you look at Doctor Who as another example, Doctor Who's evolved over time. Now, I know that there's this argument between family shows and kid shows. Yeah, sure. But it's all marketed for the same people that buy toys. And that's what it comes down to, is money. And that's what it is. So with Hasbro taking this over, it can go either way. Either they're going to just try to make money on the past, or they're going to move forward to the future. I hope they move forward to the future, but I hope they move forward to the future with better storytelling. So that's what I think.
So that's TV.
That's TV for the most part. If you have more questions about any of this stuff, again, just ask.
So we did movies, TV, toys.
Let's go to comic books.
Comic books.
So, comic books. Here's the thing. This actually caused a lot of trepidation on Twitter. I don't even know if trepidation was the right word to use.
Trepidation.
But it caused a lot of outcry on Twitter. Now, there was an article that was posted about the possibility that when the deal is up at Boom Studios, that IDW would take it over. Why would IDW take it over? Well, they're currently doing all of the Hasbro toy lines now anyway. And if you look at the way they're developing the Hasbro line, they're doing a thing where they're putting all their franchises together. Power Rangers fits right into that. So why would it not go to Hasbro? I mean, to IDW. And if people are like, well, it's making a lot of money at Boom. Who's to say that Kyle Higgins just won't go to IDW too? Kyle Higgins,
the whole team.
Who's to say that wouldn't happen?
It's not hard for him to be like, oh, well, the contract's over. Hey, are you guys offering a I'll be right over here. That's it. It's not hard to do.
The whole team.
Yeah. It says Hasbro's a major corporation and can care less about the past. I disagree with you, and the reason I disagree with that statement is if you actually look at some of these Star Wars Black Series figures, they're figures from the past.
Actually, not even that.
We hate the past, man.
No, we hate the past.
Thank you, Toku Kid. Thanks for joining us, and but I'll be there Saturday later, y'all.
Yeah.
We got we're doing live shows here at the Comic Book in Manhattan Beach.
No, but also, I mean, if you look at what they've done with Transformers, what they've done with G.I. Joe, they love to go ahead and reference things from the past.
Bring back the
past. That's what they do. Bringing Duke onto G.I. Joe, even just to kill him. The thing is, it was
he was on the first one.
Yeah, but this time it was like, all right, here goes Duke and blah blah blah, and then we kill him. It was like we're still referencing the past.
I mean, look how many times they redid. Look how many times they redid Optimus Prime.
Yeah,
they brought back that toy so many freaking times.
And the thing is, it's like Hasbro does not forget the past. If anything, Hasbro dives headlong into the past and pulls something out into the present. And that's what Hasbro does.
If you also look at the trend in Hollywood, it's all about rehashing the past. So that's just what's happening, and I can easily see that. Look, and obviously it's no secret. If we were to say, oh, they don't care about the past, the Power Ranger comic book is all about the past. It's about Mighty Morphin. It's not about the current season. So it's all about the past, and they're going to want to market that because that's what's making the money right now. And at the end of the day, it's about dollar signs. So the comic book could, after issue 36, which I believe it goes up to, it could easily move to IDW. However, if Boom plays their cards right, there's a possibility, depending on when all these contracts run out, that Hasbro could just move over all their comics to Boom. Ooh. Which would make Boom more lucrative.
Do they have a lot of IDW stuff like
Boom?
No,
zero IDW.
No, I mean, does IDW have a lot of properties under in their comics?
Yes.
Like a lot.
Well, I mean, they have Star Trek. They have a lot. Battlestar Galactica. But anyway, a lot of people are like, well, how's this going to happen? Think of it like this: when Star Wars was bought by Disney, right before they were bought, they were still publishing comics under Dark Horse Comics. After it got bought by Disney and moved over to Marvel, everything else became Star Wars Legend, but the whole franchise moved. Star Wars is currently, right now, the best-selling comics out there, including Marvel and DC. And also another one, and this is just a little closer to home, just to give you a little perspective. Boom Studios originally had the rights to Darkwing Duck. Darkwing Duck then lost Boom's lost the distribution rights, then it went to a smaller publisher with the same creative team. So to say that Power Rangers can't do that is crazy talk.
So people are just attached to the Boom Studios name. They don't know that these
as a distributor, because they're putting out the best Power Ranger comics.
That's the thing. They're a distributor. That's the thing. So you can go anywhere, just like you do with film. You can go ahead and already shot your film, and be like, now I need somebody to help me put it out, and that's where a distributor comes in. It says, all right, I'll help you do this. So that's the thing. Taking a project and going to IDW, and
so the product wouldn't change.
Nope.
The product wouldn't change, just the distributor changes.
So now that we've went over the most of all of the factors, I want to know what you guys think. Are you guys hashtag pro Boom or hashtag stay at Saban? Let me know what you guys think in the comments. I'm sorry, pro Hasbro or hashtag stay at Saban. You already gave your opinion.
Yep.
You're for it.
I'm definitely for it, man. I feel that it's something that's really going to help them elevate what they have done and preserve the future. And I'm definitely for it. What about you?
I love Hasbro. I love Paramount. I just love freaking...
How much are they paying us right now?
Huh? I don't know. I'm just saying.
Really going in on
I like their movies are great. Everything like it makes sense to me. I don't know why people are like all like scared of the change.
I don't. And it's like, you know what? Hey, kind of step away from the past, guys, and allow something to change. If you're gonna hold on to
especially
it,
if every week they're complaining. It's like if every week you're complaining about how Power Rangers isn't satisfying you, and then a change happens, why are you guys so like scared of it?
I think more people are pro the change. I've seen less people against it than I have seen for it.
Some people, I guess some people are on that whole trip of, well, what got me here is what will keep me here. And it's like, no, that's not always the case, though, guys.
Here's my opinion on this. And you think about this, guys. I'm talking to every single one of you that are watching us live right now. Don't do what I do. Don't do what I do.
No,
don't do what I do.
You do this.
What are you doing?
This is what you do, Jezzer. No, Jezzer. No, you do this.
Here's
it
what I wanted to say is that 2 weeks ago, or 2 weeks ago, a couple months ago, I went on the show and I had a rant about how much Saban was disappointing us as fans.
Well, you did a one-man show, right?
I did that too. Yeah. But I want you to know, out there watching at home, that we were the ones that made the change. Not we made the change. All of you guys spoke up and we all kind of voiced our displeasure of what... I'm trying my best to not use bad language.
Yeah.
I'm watching myself here
voice
today.
our displeasure is perfect.
We voiced our displeasure of how much Bandai was mistreating fans by giving us really bad figures.
Dropping the ball.
And
Gold Ranger.
People realize that. You guys realize that. And I was just so tired... Now I am going to say bad language. I was just so tired of us being fed the bullshit.
Well, the thing is, we also, besides like making it happen, people forget that when that whole story came out, it became a legitimate news story. There were news stories about Power Ranger fans saying how they were upset and they were throwing away the toy that they just purchased.
Well, I'm going to continue on. So my whole thing is this: is that realistically, you guys, we have to realize how much power we actually have. We have a voice. You know what our voice is? It's our money. It's our dollar signs. Yes. Because at the end of the day, any company is going to listen to that. And what we did as a unit, as the Illuminati, what we did is we changed Power Rangers to an extent and put it in the hands of a company that we hope is going to take care of it. Now, my only goal now is that the company that has it doesn't fuck it up. And what I mean by that is we got to keep that company honest. Give us the products you've been delivering with other franchises like Star Wars, like Marvel, like Transformers, like G.I. Joe, whatever it may be. Give us that. Now, if you come anywhere short of that, we have to let it be known. We can't just accept, we can't be blind and accept things that people tell us are good, because that's not the way things work. And I think that what we speak with is our dollar signs.
Yeah.
And what we speak with is our voices, our emails, letting it be known, and being together in the community. There's a lot of stuff that goes on in this community. I'm going to address that too, actually. There's a lot of stuff that goes on in this community that I don't like. And regardless of what I think about it, it's really about what we do as a whole and what we represent. And like I said, I don't represent the Power Ranger community. I do not. I represent that hashtag show, and I represent my opinions, not anybody else's. I don't represent anybody else's opinions, and I don't represent any company's opinions. I don't represent Hasbro. I don't represent Saban, Bandai, whatever. You know, I'm just speaking from the heart about, as a fan to a fan, this is what we want. This is what we deserve. I am the agent of change. We are going to make change. And remember that hashtag make Power Rangers great again? Well, guess fucking what? They're going to try to make Power Rangers great again, I think.
Yeah.
So that's what we did. I feel we all kind of voiced our opinions. They voiced their opinions out there. Let's take some calls. I want to hear what people think about this.
The lines are open. The lines
Get them ready. Get them ready. Knock them up. Talk to us. You know, let us know what you think about this. And I remember when I did the show alone, or even with you guys, we had a rant. We would all go on a rant. What was really grinding your gears in terms of the Power Ranger community?
You know what really grinds my gears?
Now I want to know about what you think. I want opinions now.
Yeah, well, the lines are open if you guys want.
Lines are open.
While we wait, do you want to talk about
exactly
this?
What you're thinking.
While we wait, do you want to talk about Leah? Oh!
We already got one. I knew that was going to happen fast.
Oh, hello.
What up? We got.
What up, Blackwing? How you doing, buddy?
I'm good. It's good to hear from you guys again. It's been a while.
It's good to hear from you too. So tell us what you think about this Hasbro deal.
Honestly, I can definitely. The first day I heard about it, I was just in joy. Like I wanted to run around my school campus saying, like, "Yes, Power Rangers is changing." But yeah, of course, you know, like you said, there are pros and cons when it comes to this. And I loved how you were displaying about the business aspect of this, because I always looked at that first before I looked at the quality. So I was thinking, you know, hopefully, what you said about, you know, with them keeping the Ghostbusters around for 3 years, it kind of had me thinking about what kind of.
Sorry. Let me. That was a misstatement. I don't think they'll keep Go Buster for 3 years. I think they'll keep the same actors for 3 years.
Okay. Yeah, so I was kind of thinking that as maybe they could do something like they did with the original Saban area. Maybe. Not saying it will. That's like a maybe. But hopefully this. Well, it is a change coming for Power Rangers, and of course this could lead to like bigger, you know, to new toys. Like maybe we could get re-releases of Megazords from past seasons that we love so much. We could get, you know, better Ranger figures, and hopefully, you know, Hasbro has, you know, is also part of the video game community, so maybe we could get some better, you know, Power Ranger games. Like
that's what I'm talking about.
I would love to see like a legit Dynasty Warriors style Power Rangers video game.
Ooh. Yeah, maybe give us a Power Ranger
RPG, man. Like somehow connect with Square.
Have you guys seen that
Hasbro one.
that mod circulating around with Lord Dracon and the Pink Time Force Ranger? Yeah.
I saw that.
I can't find it right now.
I don't remember. It's a mod going around.
It's like a Shattered Grid mod.
But what if you get an open world like Power Ranger thing, and it's your own version of Hyperforce?
Yeah,
where you put on a team with just 5 people.
That would be amazing.
What games does Hasbro have right now?
I don't know. But it's Hasbro Interactive.
They have some Transformer games.
But here's the reason. I just want to address one part of this real quick. You talked about the different seasons and the different actors. What if they did this? Because we know that in Beast Morphers, there's at the very least 5 Rangers with the possibility of a 6th one with just 5, right? One of them's like a robot or something. So what if we get 5 Rangers?
Okay.
And then the next season we get, let's just say the next season's like Q Ranger, and you get more. And you just add to it. But if it is Q Ranger, what I'd want to do is, like I said this already, people like Star Force. I don't like the name Star Force, but I do think, and I mean, I like the one we're doing, but I also think if I was gonna do this, I would call it Power Ranger All Stars, and bring back a different Ranger from every season, and just call it Power Ranger All Stars, because it's all about the stars and stuff.
See, that would be the thing though, about the cost, because
what cost?
There would have to be some Rangers that are like, oh, now we're doing it back.
I disagree.
You know what this makes me excited for is that Q Ranger can. Like, they can legit...
Oh, you disagree because most likely they'll be getting their SAG wages, they don't care.
They'll be getting SAG,
yeah, so they're perfectly fine. Okay, go ahead.
I feel like
we
they could do Q Ranger justice.
Yeah,
Ooh.
possibly.
Yeah.
But that's all right. Well, thanks for calling, Blackwing. If you guys want, we're taking more phone calls. Thanks for calling. We'll talk to you soon, Blackwing.
Dude, I didn't think about that. I really didn't think about that.
We're taking more phone
calls. Actually do it justice.
All right, look, wait. Before you even get into that, we don't even know who the writers would be. Like that's a whole judgment, because what if they hire people that don't know anything about the franchise? Then it's gonna be like, well, I was better off with Saban. I almost guarantee you start hearing that.
I don't know if Hasbro would drop the ball so early in that way.
Hey man, a lot of people think the Disney seasons are inferior to the early Saban seasons, and would you think that Disney was going to mishandle? Now looking at it, you think this was going to mishandle?
Going back though,
I think Disney was better personally.
No, going back to it, half of the Disney seasons.
We got another one.
Ooh, Jamaica.
Jamaica in the house. What's up, Anna? How you doing?
Hey, what's up?
It dropped. Hold on.
How dare you?
I didn't call you
Jezzer. Jezzer, you made a mistake.
It dropped.
You made a mistake.
It dropped, man.
Dude, you're just hanging up on people, man.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. I can't talk too loudly, but everybody's sleeping right now.
Talk to us about how do you feel about this Hasbro deal, Anna?
I love the idea. I think it's a great change, and I've been, observing everything that I've been seeing and hearing from other non-hashtag, but I've been focusing on what y'all have been saying, and I am liking the movement and the changes and what is going to be done. And man, I think Hasbro feels what the fans are feeling, and there can be a way to like split it, and maybe probably years to come, it could also be put together so all fans can enjoy the different, aspects of Power Rangers. So once Marvel is now on a split, you now have the Power Rangers to look at.
Oh, well, that's smart.
Yeah, I agree. I think you're spot on with everything you said. Which part of the Power Ranger franchise, the acquisition from Saban, are you most excited for Hasbro to take over? Would it be possibly making movies, the TV show, the comic books, possibly, or the toys?
I like the toys, even though I haven't really bought any toys of any Power Rangers. I like the show to improve. And again, we've already mentioned story, the writing, the writers, the actors, and making them feel appreciated. So I think all those being looked at by Hasbro, they may say, we see where it went wrong, and we're going to improve and change it a little bit for the better.
Yeah, I agree with you. Well, I agree with everything you're saying, Anna. Thank you so much for calling in and voicing your opinion. Yeah. Guys, we're taking more of your phone calls. We want to hear your conversation with us about Hasbro now being the owner of the Power Rangers. So hit us up right there on Skype. We are taking your calls right now. If you don't get a call in the next minute, then we're gonna move on to like a segment.
Yeah, just a little bit of something.
What did you think about what Anna said, Daniel?
I actually agree. Well, like you said, she's going over just the aspects of all parts of the acquisition. It's exciting her the most, it seems like, is the acquisition itself. And I can understand that. I get that point. Because it's like, yeah, for the films, yes, I would enjoy them. But film and television both have that one thing where it's like, I need to know who are the writers, who's the creative team behind it. Because that's going to be very important. And then when it comes to the toys, I haven't purchased the toys either. But I'm excited to see what Hasbro can do, what they can make. So I agree with her.
So, and this isn't a slide on Jared Hodges, who's in the room. Oh, look at that. Look at that. What's that? What is that? Is that a effing buffering, Jezzer?
Hey, yeah, it's been running well. And then all of a sudden it just happened.
Here's my opinion on this. Is JD leaving in the middle of our show to catch Pokemon?
I think so.
Jesus Christ. Here's my opinion on something. Jared is in the room. He says, I hope they don't keep Chip Lynn. It's so funny to me because when originally, after Dino Thunder, Dino Charge Season 1, and after what was Samurai, people praised, like, oh, we got Chip Lynn back, and now everybody turned on him. Turned on him.
Well, also, did he kind of turn on us when it comes to Ninja Steel?
Ninja Steel's not great, but it's not samurai bad.
Oh, okay.
Jalen Glover, hey, why you starting drama in THS hashtaggers, bro?
Oh boy, what happened?
Drama.
Yeah.
I don't know where the heck you get that from.
Did you? Jezzer posted something, and then you got all mad and be like, it's gonna turn into a competition every time. Why am I gonna post here? Let me ask you a question. Were you not the one?
That shit.
Were you not the one that opened it up and said that you were a better singer than him?
I was only having fun with it. You know what? I wasn't really trying to start nothing.
I was only having fun with it too. So why'd you get so mad, dog?
Look, I don't know. I just get mad a lot, alright?
Hey, Tanner, take it easy. You'd be a villain.
Yeah,
you're like a villain.
You don't want to see him when he gets angry.
You don't want to.
No, I do. I love seeing him when he's angry. It's the best part of my day.
So you said he's a villain.
I get that a lot.
Is he Dr.
He's
Doom?
angry right now.
No, he's more like a Doom bot.
No, he's that Arthur meme.
Oh hell no, ain't no Doom bot.
Anyway, so how do you feel about this, Jalen? Jalen, We got to give him a good villain name.
I know. I'm
like a really shitty villain name. Though.
No. Oh, hell no. I ain't gonna get no shitty name.
Yeah, we're gonna give him
literally the shittiest villain name you could ever do.
Hey, Nagami, you're good at this.
Name.
He's coming up with one.
Nagami.
Somebody that gets angry.
He is right. He gives us the names.
Yeah.
Nah.
Oh, you know what? He likes rhinos too. He likes rhinos. He wanted to be a silver rhino ranger. So give us like an angry rhino character is what we'll call him. Go ahead though. Go ahead, Jalen. What's your opinion on this Hasbro deal?
Well, in my opinion, I think it's a fresh start. You know, the fans have been looking forward to this, and I'm glad they're making the necessary changes to move forward. However, this mostly depends on the type of impact that it has. We don't know, like, how do I want to put this? We don't know exactly.
Sorry. Somebody in the chat wrote Jalen the throat screwer. It was Matthew Thompson. That was a funny one. Anyway, but no, I agree with you, Jalen. It is a fresh start.
Matthew?
Yeah, Matthew Thompson.
That was from the thing where he's like, screw my throat.
Yeah, when he said that.
Anyway,
Matthew? Okay, first of all, Matthew, fuck you. Second of all, well, I want to think about the deal for a second. Because here's my deal on it. We don't...
Hello?
Hello? Jalen. You got cut out there.
Oh my God, Matthew strikes again. He cut off your line.
He's still on the line. Hello?
Oh, try calling him back.
No, he's still.
Can you hear us? We can't hear him.
No.
Oh, yeah, we can hear you now. We can hear you now.
Yeah, that was my signal. Sorry about that.
No, it's all good.
Now, my view on it is, I mostly depend. I'm just mostly curious about how they're gonna take the whole franchise as a whole, you know. And my biggest concern is with the toys, because let's be honest, some of them haven't really been good. Like for the Megazords and stuff, I would like to see some really big improvements to the Megazords. Maybe make some of them larger to fit more figures in, or something like that. And something similar to what they did for the Ninja Steel Lion Zord.
Our Cisco Ramon Nagami came up with your name. You're called the Psycho Horn.
I like that.
Yes, right. It's like Psycho Ranger, but
the Psycho Horn.
Psycho Horn.
Can you?
That's a lot better than Throat Screwer.
Can you change your YouTube name on there or no? Can you do that? No.
I highly doubt it. I could try to.
I do like the Psycho Horn. That's a pretty cool name.
Psycho Horn.
hey, give us. You do the voice imitation. Give us your Psycho Horn voice. Like if you were say you're going after the Power Rangers, give us a Psycho Horn. What does he sound like?
You gotta put. Yeah, well, you have to.
That's not very menacing. You just sound like Jalen's
All right, I got you.
Go ahead.
So you're after the Power Rangers, huh? You're gonna have to go through me.
I like it. Australian. Like that makes sense. Oh my God.
Psycho Horn.
That's good.
Now,
Psycho
Jalen, how does the Throat Screwer sound? Give us that one. Huh?
He doesn't want it.
I look at you like,
He's laughing. He's laughing. Huh? Go give it to us, Jalen.
Huh?
Give us the funniest voice you have. Give it to us.
No, I don't like it when y'all put me on the spot like that, bro.
No,
that's a pop.
Throat Screwer is
Throat Screwer is
more like.
Listen, here's the.
Hey
guys, I gotta screw your throat, man.
Yeah, I like it.
That's it right there. Let's get
All right, Jalen, thank you so much for calling in. Now you were the Psycho Horn. Thank you so much for calling in, man.
Psycho Horn. I love it.
Nice.
All right, thank you. All right, so let's move on real quick. I want to talk about Power Morphicon. Now, before I get into Power Morphicon...
Ah, damn it, I just pushed the button.
You're an idiot.
Hey. Well, it's already happening.
Before I get into... we'll leave this on the screen then for a second. Power Morphicon, I do want to talk about this for a second. Now, right now in Power Rangers, there's a big thing going on called Shattered Grid. I'm sure a lot of you guys have heard of it.
Huge.
It's interesting to me because not only is the grid getting shattered, but Hasbro is now taking over Power Rangers, the acquisition, but also in the Ranger community, a lot of a lot of the Ranger community, I'm not sure if you guys know this, but I'm going to pull the curtain back so you guys do know about it. There's been a lot of drama behind the scenes with Power Ranger groups and outlets. And what the community is being shattered. So what I am doing out here right now is I'm saying that we made one change, and that one change was getting a better distributor for Power Rangers. Now, I think it's all on us to make a second change, and that's to really get the community in line together to celebrate all these changes that we can celebrate together. And the way to do that is going to Morphicon, supporting each and every other Power Ranger channel and outlet that's out there. The Geeks of East LA, they're great. Rangers Live Chat, A Squad and B Squad, go and support them. Angel Grove Radio is another one. Ranger Command Power Hours, one of my favorite Power Ranger podcasts you're going to listen to.
Henshin and Helmets.
Henshin and Helmets is brilliant. So there's also Toku Nation, Tokusatsu Network. Go and support every one of them, because the more we grow together, the better we are. And I know that this is coming from the guy that's usually the most controversial dude, but I mean, like, this isn't me, like, you know, giving in to anything. It's just like, I think that it's kind of time for everybody to kind of set aside all that stuff. However, I will say this. If anybody does want to talk trash about us, that is not going to end well for them. Nope. Because if anybody knows me, I'm Smack Talker Skywalker, and I'll pull out my mic saber on them any day of the week. So that's the way that's going to go down. But Power Morphicon, I want to celebrate with every single one of you guys. Ranger Liz, I don't know who Ranger Liz is, but I'm sure she's great. But I want to celebrate with all of you guys at Power Morphicon. It should be a time of celebration, a time for all of us to get together, to get to know each other at a safe distance, and just to hang out and hang out and have a lot of fun. Yeah. And I think the way to do that is at the inaugural Angel Grove Prom, which is going to be happening on August 18th, 2018 at Anaheim, California at Power Morphicon. Come and join us and join everybody else. Legion of Boom podcast, anybody that does Power Ranger stuff, my respect to you, because you're doing something, and hopefully you're doing something to positively influence people. Now, again, I am not here to positively influence anybody. What I am here to do is to speak the truth, because Smack Talker Skywalker with his mic saber is here to stay. That is what I want to bring to everybody. That's what I want to bring out to everybody. But also, join us at Angel Grove Prom. Send in your promposals at fanquestions at thathashtagshow.com. No, we have another one, right? Is that it? Fan questions. Or you can send them straight up to MMPR Toys is another one. Or you can send them straight up to THS Power Rangers. Or that hashtag show's Facebook page.
Preferably, though, fan questions, because it's easier to download the videos.
Video fan questions. Yeah. It is a lot easier.
The Facebook ones, they make it super hard to get
Fan questions at thathashtagshow.com. Send them in, and your promposal will get played on something like this.
Jessica, will you be my date to the Angel Grove Prom?
Hi, Jonathan. Even though you should have chose Joe's side, don't worry, we'll get you on the right side. I will definitely go with you to the Power Rangers Prom. That would be awesome. Thank you for asking me, and I will see you in a few months. Bye.
Carlos Martinez, and this is my promposal video, and I would like to officially ask Cap Bloodgood to the Power Morphicon Angel Grove Prom.
And no, I did not in any way know Carlos was going to ask me. Nor did I think he was going to ask me, so I was definitely shocked when I found out. And I did react the best way I could by saying no, and liars would be like, oh, I can't believe you said no to him. Guys, let's be real. I was not going to plan on going with him as is, so I'm okay with saying no. However, in turn, there is somebody I would like to ask, and that somebody would be, Ernie, would you like to go to Angel Grove Prom with me?
What's up, guys? Journey here. So, oh my god. Holy shit. Someone actually asked me out to the Angel Grove Prom. What? Why? And it's none other than the amazingly kind and wonderful Cat. Thank you so much. Like, that would be so much fun to be able to go out with an awesome girl like Cat. But I'm stuck in a predicament. So, Carlos is my boy, my main road dog, and I just can't take his date away from him. There's some kind of code out there about that. I was talking about all three of us going together. That way, I can be the first hashtagger to have 2 dates. That's two more than Daniel. I mean, hey, there's plenty of journey to go around. So I am flipping this around. Kat, Carlos, will you both be my date for the Angel Grove prom? Now listen, it's either the three of us or it's none of us. And no is not an acceptable answer.
L out to the hashtag show prom. It's not called that, it's called the Angel Grove prom. I'm here to ask L out to the Angel Grove prom thing.
Oh, hi, I didn't see you there. I'm super flattered that two people asked me to prom. And Derek, I'm so sorry, but MJ Spuds asked me first, so I'm gonna have to go with him. And I'm super excited to be able to go with you.
Oh, hey. I didn't realize I was holding my phone making a video. For those of you who don't know me, my name is JD. I'm a producer for that hashtag show, and I help produce most of the Power Ranger content on here. I'm a huge Ranger fan, and I've been to all the Power Morphicons. So it's crazy that this year we're throwing the official Angel Grove prom at this Power Morphicon. So, obviously, I need a date. So I am asking Miss Kelly Bohart if you would be my date for the Angel Grove prom. I don't know anyone I'd have more fun with, and I await your response. So let's party like it's 1993, guys.
Oh, hey. Hey, JD. I accept your offer to go to the Angel Grove prom. See you there.
Hey, hashtag group. I want to make my video for the Angel Grove prom. I would like to invite my Dahlia to be my Angel Grove prom date. So, my name is Mikey Perez. I've been a fan of this group for a long time. This is my second Power Morphicon. So, I would like to invite my Dahlia to be my date for the Power Morphicon date. So.
Hey guys, this is my new promposal video. This is going to be a promposal to Migdalia. So sorry to Robin Chan and to Mike Perez if that kinda messes up your plans. But hope to see you guys there at Angel Grove Prom.
Good morning, everyone. It's come to my attention that I owe a couple people a few answers about Power Morphicon. About Power Morphicon. So that's to Derek, to Mikey, and I guess now Jezzer. Basically, guys, my status of going to Power Morphicon is up in the air right now. A few weeks ago, I received a saved a date for my cousin's wedding back in New Jersey, and it is taking place on August 18th. So I might actually be going to the wedding instead of to Power Morphicon, so I'm actually not going to be committing myself to any date right now. If I do decide, and that's going to actually be last minute, to go to Power Morphicon, it's just going to be easier for me to coordinate with Jezzer. So, Jezzer, I will accept just because you're like right there, and it's going to take no effort at all. Oh, I hope he doesn't take any offense to that. Anyway, guys, I'm really, really flattered, and I hope that you will find other dates to Power Morphicon, and I actually hope I can go, and I'll be able to see you there.
I was wanting to invite Megan Batoon. Would you be cool to come with me, go with me to Power Morphicon at Angel Grove Prom?
The Angel Grove Prom is coming up, and I can't wait to come. So, I need a date. So, I'm going to ask Sarah, would you be my date for the Angel Grove Prom?
In response to your proposal, I accept. I don't know how I'm going to get to Morphicon, but I trust you.
Oh, hey. So, I'm sure you're already aware, but Power Morphicon is going to be hosting the Angel Grove High School Prom. And it's crazy, but it's a little ways away. And I'm sure it's going to be fun. I can promise it's going to be fun. Because I can't think of anyone else I'd rather spend it with than with you. Which leads me to my next question. Diana Chen, would you do me the honor of going to the Angel Grove High School Prom with me? It would be a misdeed for the most beautiful girl of Angel Grove High to go with anyone other than myself. I patiently await your response.
Hi,
to go to prom with you. It's Morphin time!
Alright, today I'm here to ask someone for a prom proposal for Power Morphicon this year, 2018. Now, a little bit of background on who I want to ask. Now, I've been a big fan of Power Rangers since 93. I mean, everybody has. Why not? So, I am definitely going to go with the first person that always comes to mind when it comes to a Power Ranger crush or someone that I would definitely want to ask. So, for my prom proposal, I would love to ask Amy Jo to Power Morphicon this year, and hopes that she can go. Alright, so hear from you soon, Amy Jo. If not, don't worry about it. And
hey, hashtag show. This is Mikey. I decided to do another prom video. This is my last shot, so I decided to go hard on this one. I decided to invite Maverick to be my integral prom date for Power Morphicon 18. So I'll wait for your reply.
Hey Mikey, it's Maverick with that hashtag show. I am so flattered. Everyone showed me your video and I think it is the sweetest, probably the only prom proposal I've ever been sent. So good for you. And I heard it was in August. So if I'm free, I know I will do my best to be alongside you. And if anything, just for a picture, because what girl doesn't love to get dressed up and have a gentleman escort them? So I look forward to it and I'll keep you posted.
I'm Daniel. You may remember me from such videos as running around with my pants off.
Okay.
Ready?
It's recording.
Ready?
Woo! Woo!
Also, well, I guess Riverdale fabricated a whole story.
Cheryl's got a disease, Daniel. Tell us,
Oh,
what's the disease?
It's called diabetes. But this video is interesting because what I'm doing is asking you, Tony Sanchez,
You so fucking precious when you smile.
to Angel Grove Prom. Please do me the honor.
Okay, hi everybody. This is Tony with my best friend, partner in crime, Renee. Hi, Renee. And as we all know, a girl cannot just go ahead and accept a date unless her best friend signs off on it. So, Renee, thoughts, comments, concerns about Daniel Jerome?
I thought it was adorable.
Mm-hmm.
I thought he clearly respects you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a little upset he didn't ask my permission first.
Very true. Very true. That's a big demotion. Yeah, big demerit right there. But ultimately, what do you think about me going to Angel Grove Prom with him?
I'm on board if you're on board. You're a grown-ass woman.
Am I though? I will go ahead and tell you, Daniel Jerome, I will go to prom with you. I have some conditions and some questions though. Number one, I'm told that this is a 90s prom. I will be dressed to theme then. I hope you will be too. Not required, but I really, really hope you will. Two,
which means required, by the way.
Yeah. Is this a corsage situation kind of thing? Just a question, not necessarily a request or a condition, just a question. So do with that what you will. I'm asking the question. What else? God, it's a 90s prom and stuff. Oh, also colors, yes. So you and I both know that I look great in black. Half of my closet is black. I also look really good in red. Blue is my favorite color, although green got to represent my Slytherin. All I'm saying is that yellow is the only color I will not wear. It makes me look like I have jaundice. Can't be done. But yeah, Daniel, I'm really excited. We're going to prom. Ah!
You fucking guy. I ask him every week.
Every week, and
put
you
mine
just
on
can't.
there.
And you just don't want to put it on there.
What's going on?
I don't understand. Oh, hey, wait. Hi there.
Hey.
We didn't
hey,
see
how's
you
it
guys
going?
watching us.
How you
while
doing?
we were
Why don't you
live.
put mine on there?
I keep forgetting.
This fucking guy. So Daniel, hold on. You went on a pre-date with Tony?
Yeah. We have to make sure that we vibe well. So this way, when we're there, it's like, okay, it's not like, ugh, I really can't stand you. Why do I have to hang out with you for this time?
Well, we got a video of that.
Yes.
Let's play it.
Hey everybody, so we actually went on a pre-prom date outing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
and
I have to make sure that she doesn't hate me during the prom.
Because it's important, man.
It
That's an extended amount of time that we're going to be spending together.
You know?
So we actually went to go see my favorite movie at the Rooftop Cinema, Some Like It Hot. What did you think?
Okay, good movie. Bravo.
Fantastic movie.
She got good taste.
Yeah. Well, I knew. Okay, so there's a joke where it's like it's an informant for the cops, and he's talking to the cops, and he's like, "I gotta get out of here, otherwise it's goodbye, Charlie." And the cop says,
"Goodbye, Charlie."
And he laughed, and I was like,
funny.
and then like nobody ever laughs at that except if you're really into it. And he laughed, and he was into everything. So I have high hopes, but I think we might have to do a few more of these outings.
We're gonna have to before it
Yeah,
actually happens.
you're gonna have to pick the next one in order to
Okay,
make sure
okay.
I'm okay. Because I feel okay right now, but
Right.
you may not. So, you know?
Okay, okay.
All right, okay. All right. But yeah, we'll catch you guys later. See you at prom. Bye!
Oh, that was a good video. So now you got it all worked out. You guys gonna do another pre-prom thing?
Yeah, we have to do like probably 2 more.
Interesting.
There's
So
like one that she chose, and then we'll go to one that I choose, and then we'll go one that we both choose together.
Now I also did a pre-prom date too.
Oh, really? Oh,
yeah, I did.
Oh, you're gonna.
I did.
You know what? Can I see this?
Play the footage.
Hey, so we went on a pre-prom date. You know,
We had to vet each other. We had to figure out.
figure out each other. You know, it's the thing to do. And we went and watched and listened to our favorite boy bands.
That's right.
You know, to see how it went. And I think I have pretty good taste.
You like some Aaron Carter?
I love Aaron Carter. He's my favorite boy band.
A one-man band.
Yeah, but
Well, he deserves it.
see, I'm glad we went on the pre-prom date. And his favorite is what is it again?
Backstreet Boys.
The Backstreet Boys. Yeah. I mean,
NSYNC. They just got to start
I
on the
mean,
Walk of Fame.
NSYNC's better than Backstreet. You know what? As long as it's not 98 degrees.
You gotta do second.
That's
date.
what I call
I gotta do second.
a
date
super mega win.
That's a super mega
I
win.
promise you, I'm going to text her after and be like, "Oh, so this is how it is now." We're
Oh, it's gonna be like
kind of
like it's gonna be like that.
What's wrong? We can't go to pre-prom date. Is this a rule that only you and Tony go to pre-prom
Yes,
dates?
now I have to. Now my next one has to be like big extravagant.
like,
so I want you guys to have to do a big extravagant.
Was
It's
it,
like we'll go against each other.
I like that. Oh,
I like the. It's kind of like the Peggy Carter, Agent Coulson kind of back and forth.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's like,
gonna be
oh,
fun.
really?
It's gonna be
Okay,
fun.
guys.
All right, so now I want to get into our last part of the show, which is reading your comments.
Yes.
I like that they have the avatars now.
I do too.
Yeah,
I do
love
too.
this.
You want to start? Why don't you start?
Steps up. All right. First one, Blackwing with 438 subscribers. Shout out.
What the hell?
You don't see it right here?
Yeah.
I'm bigging him up right now. Bigging him up.
Go ahead, read it.
Oh my God, what's happening here? All right. Great wrap up, guys. The annual was really, really great. Seeing Tommy die a second time didn't bug me at all. Get it?
Anna says, when you thought we were finished with promposals, Joe shows up and says, hey,
hold my beer. Yeah, literally. That's exactly what happened. Joe was like, oh, really?
Anna's
Oh, that's interesting. Hold my beer. Like, literally what you did. Heck. I love the SPD, RPM, and Space Story. I feel like Draken hunting down every Ranger team is kind of like Thanos searching for the Infinity Stones. Overall, great wrap-up. This event gets better and better. Illuminati.
I thought Blackwing wasn't allowed to be in the Illuminati. I'm the leader. You can't just join my group. You don't just join my group.
You don't just join.
You get Robin Chan. Go. Yeah, you do.
Cookie.
Robin Tran.
Not Robin Tran.
No, it's not Tran.
It's Chan.
In the season, Power Rangers in Space, Zordon gets captured a couple times and also left behind the black box code decoder in Alpha 5's care, and hints of Megazords in a couple of secretive places. Even Darkana got his hands on the keycards to one set of Megazords, which Andros took from him. How is it possible for Andros to find Zordon that easily on his own while trying to save Corone from Astronema for the Z wave to occur if Zordon got captured in the finale of Hyperforce?
Great explanation for that, the time gem. So here's what I'm going to do. Every single one of your comments, I'm going to relate to one of the 6 Infinity Stones. That's the time gem.
Time gem.
I like it.
Ryan Earl Wizard Thomas says, great Ranger wrap-up, Joe, Daniel, and Jezzer. You guys are awesome. Keep up the good work. Keep up the live streams, whatever. All the time, and much love to you. Peace out, Ryan Thomas, from your friend from Arizona, Ryan Thomas.
My friend, that's reality.
Well, nope.
He's changing reality.
I think that's the Soul Stone, because that's coming from right here, buddy.
Oh, I was going to say because he's so connected.
Toku Kid! Go.
All right. Toku Kid. The man, the myth, the legend. Awesome. Awesome wrap-up, and I wonder what would the Ranger villains of each season would do about Draken. Would they team up with him or stand against him with the Rangers to defeat the greater evil? Also, Free Comic Day was awesome getting to meet some of the hashtag crew. Keep up all the great work.
I'm going to go ahead and say that's the reality, Jim.
Oh, really?
Because he met us in real life.
There you go. There you go. All right.
Go ahead. You got next.
Mikey Perez, what up? Hashtag show. Awesome show.
Do you want to do his voice?
No. Now it's safe. Now it's safe to. I am officially going to PMC. My sister told me she was going to be out of town that weekend, but she got the dates mixed up. Now I go to stay with her for the weekend. Now she has to go with me and her family. Now she's gonna see how big the fandom is.
Oh wow! So
awesome.
Now he's gonna get his sister to go.
Awesome.
So which one is that? Which stone is that?
Man, that's the power gem, I guess.
Yeah,
I don't really have another reason why.
You got the power to bring her in.
Got your power to bring your sister in. Robin, how do you get 2 comments on here? If Dark Spectre got destroyed by Thrax in this episode of Hyperforce, then season of Power Rangers in space, the Psycho Rangers wouldn't be a thing. Astronema creates a Psycho Rangers out of the Dark Spectre energy in hopes of destroying them so she can become one and only evil monarch. Dark Spectre must be present or the greatest Ranger villain. The Psycho Rangers won't be a thing. Did that happen at a time, or did Dark Spectre survive Thrax's attack? That's like 2 gems. It's a time gem and the reality gem. That's a good one. All right, yeah, you got to Cyril Moore.
Cyril Moore. Awesome episode.
That is the Infinity Gauntlet.
There you go. Okay, perfect.
Cyril Moore again. Tommy is awesome. Which Tommy do you think would win, the White Ninja Ranger Tommy or Black Dino Thunder Ranger Tommy?
Black Dino Thunder.
Black Dino Thunder. Which gem would that be?
Because he was Dr.
What gem have we not used yet?
Then, right?
Mind.
That'd be the Mind Gem. There's 2 of them. I don't know
why. Blew my mind!
There you go. Also, one thing we were talking about earlier, since we encourage Power Ranger fanfics, we encourage Power Ranger, anything you guys do, because sometimes it's better than what we're getting.
Dude, even fan art.
From Saban. So, we do want to share one of the pages of our project they're working on, Power Ranger Cosmic Protectors. You ready?
Yeah.
Go.
You ready to blow my mind, Jim, right now?
I thought you were going to burp or something.
No. So that is one of our pages. You can see that's our second page of our show. But you could check that. That'll be coming out in August at Morphicon. Jalen Glover says, okay, guys, I'm going to tell you something I never told anyone. I don't know if I want to read this. Listen, Jalen. Hold on. Let me just back this up.
Okay, all right.
Jalen. Sometimes people get turned down. Don't be a pussy about it. Just kidding. But realistically, here's what I do want to say. Daniel is the love advice guy. He's going to be doing a whole show on Pop Culture Renegades about it. Give him some advice.
What's the question? What is going on?
He got humiliated one time he asked out a girl.
They realize
you just got to keep going, man. It's the numbers game, dude. You know how many times I get turned down?
Yeah.
A week?
A week? Wow. You're a strong man.
But then I also did see you pick up on 2 girls right next to each other as you were extremely drunk.
Yeah, anyway, you were successful.
I mean, like, you still there's a lot of turn downs before the actual successes. Yeah,
I mean, I remember at the Star Wars thing, and like you were literally like kind of
give me your advice.
On you. Okay, well, for humiliation, this is the way I'll say it. I'll say it the way Donald Glover said it at one time. Sometimes you got to make some things for everyone. If you make it for everyone, you won't have to worry about being insulted by anyone. And that's where you actually are able to control the narrative. So, have that moment where you're able to truly feel free to talk to a girl. And if you get turned down, well, then you get turned down. As long as you don't let the world know that it really affected you in that way, you're controlling the narrative. Yeah. You'll be able to recover and continue on. You're not going to be everyone's cup of coffee. The way I said it once was, you know what, I'd rather be one person's shot of aged whiskey than everyone's cup of just 99-cent vodka. You know? So the thing is, think about that. You can be one person something. You don't have to be everyone something. And that's how it works. So be an individual. Take that time and work on you. And when you know yourself good enough, you'll be able to approach someone and show yourself, and they'll be interested. That's it.
And a lot of people always say this: confidence is key. Like,
there you go. That's why I said know yourself. When you know yourself, you know your worth, and when you do that, you can really step out for it. That's it.
That's why I only get numbers when I'm drunk, because I'm more confident then.
Yeah, he thinks he grows about 2 feet in his mind.
Yeah.
So, question: what do you think your best quality is that girls like about you? Your boyish charm.
Probably not my beard, right? Or my goatee now, huh?
What are you talking about?
Your villainous goatee?
Dude, I mean, right now I'm looking like I need to introduce Jezzer to a lot of ladies.
I think my... just how I am, I guess. Like, how upfront I am, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
How about you?
Me, I don't... Now I'm trying to think about it. I thought it was like, oh, okay, I can make someone laugh or blah, blah. But I think it's really... weird enough to say, getting in their head.
Oh, my falsetto. My falsetto.
You can actually sing.
Yeah, they love my falsetto. I think that, like, whenever we go to karaoke blue, I think...
Dude, you always pick up when it's karaoke. Well,
there's a story that I want to
tell.
No story.
If he really steps it.
One story, just real quick.
No.
So, do you remember the time?
No, I don't. I don't remember the time. It didn't happen.
I don't know. I just remember, like... him doing the impression of like one of those puppets that you sit on somebody's lap. I just know ventriloquist puppet because he was doing a lot of lap sitting. I remember at one point, so I don't know.
I wasn't.
No, you weren't. Okay.
Anyway, this Cosmic Protector thing to my right is going to be one of our staples coming up in August to Power Ranger, Power Morphicon. You're going to see it debut live there. You think it's just a comic book? It is not. It's going to be full-on voice-overed motion comic.
Yeah.
So it'll be coming out soon. Most of our cast is taking part in it. There's parts written for everybody. And actually, some of you guys that are in there have parts in it that are coming on. Like, I know Larry is going to be on one of the future teams. There's somebody else, too.
Psycho Horn!
Psycho Horn's going to be one of the villains. No, actually... I think Anna's going to be one of them, too.
Okay.
But there's a few of you guys that we've chosen specifically. Layla might be another one. Kat, too. Might be a few in there that are getting to be Rangers.
Can't wait for Psycho Horn.
And some also as villains, like Blackwing and Psycho Horn. But, guys, that's going to do it for us here on this week's Ranger Wrap-Up. Also, quick question before we go. Do you guys like us doing Ranger Wrap-Up in the evening? Or do you guys want us to go back to doing it during the day? Now, there's a pros and cons, just like this Hasbro deal.
There's a few international people that...
The pros for the pros for this is that we could really say whatever we want. The cons for this is that it comes on later.
Yeah.
So that's really up to you guys. Let us know. Also, like we said, live, Manhattan Beach, California, at the Comic Bug. Come and check us out live. We're going to be going live every single week, and we want to build a community here. We want you guys to be a part of it, and we want to see your faces and interact with you guys. And stuff like that, and put on camera, asking some questions, and doing all sorts of things. So, guys, thank you so much for joining us. Please hit that like, share, and subscribe button to stay up to date with everything trending
in geek pop culture.
Thank you so much for watching us.